So let's go ahead and get started, shall we?
Okay.
Whose job is it to yell wizard bullshit in the middle of conversations?
I feel like
One
it's
of
not
us is.
appropriate for me to do it because I'm usually the one
He is
doing
usually the
it.
wizard bullshit of this party as best as possible.
That's yeah.
And I'm doing the other 25% of the wizard bullshit. So
Hmm. I think it's up to you, Fike.
it's all you fight because you're the divine.
I have the shiniest meat bicycle.
Oh, okay.
You broke the DM for a second. Took him a hot minute.
Oh, I have hundreds of Borderlands quotes from psychopaths.
I love Borderlands so much for that.
I actually started playing 3 again. So that's
Hit
pretty
me
fun.
up.
So,
It's on PlayStation.
are we
sorry.
good?
Yep.
All right. Last session, you guys, after completing your quest in the swamps of Stillben to procure the Kiss of the Changebringer, one of the vestiges of divergence that you've been hunting for, in order to assist you in defeating the army of the Iron Authority and the Tarask that uh, they have bent to their will, traveled back to Craghammer with the intent of uh, gaining information and hopefully allies in the form of more than just friendships, but commitments of troops from the 5 ruling families of Craghammer. You were successful in this endeavor. You unloaded some of your and were able to get all 5 families of Craghammer to not only commit troops but the resources of Craghammer to your cause, while at the same time unloading some swag and dragon bits onto the members of House Thunderbrand to see what they could do with them, as well as commissioning some armor and weapons to be crafted out of some of the things you've collected um, for your party to assist you in this coming conflict. Eventually, uh, after meeting with Tara and Elsa, um, you sent Elsa off to deliver a letter and a message to the people, the wardens of Singorn, um, to make sure that they would be okay with potential assistance from the drow that you assisted early on in the campaign. Um, and upon Biero trying to make contact with his father through a sending spell and it being not successful, you all began to worry. And as you tried to use the circle of teleportation to go to Singorn, it didn't work. And you became very, very worried. So you teleported instead to Iman to speak with Allura and the other members of the council to try and figure out what is going on. Upon arriving, you came upon the scene of the remaining members of Vox Machina, as well as a majority of the council in the council chambers in various states of grief and bereavement, as you'd learned that both Grog Strongjaw and Keyleth of the Irishari had been destroyed by the Tarask. Um, Master of Defense Topher Bratoris embedded her axe in the wall and stormed out as you all continued to try and gain information. about exactly what had happened. Biero also mentioned Elsa, who said through panicked, hurried breaths, as if she was running or fighting or something, said she didn't have time to talk right now. And you learned that headed by the Tarask, the forces of the Iron Authority had batted aside the combined forces of Singorn and Fort Daxio that were there to delay them before getting to Singorn, and was able to destroy half of Singorn before they were able to engage the Threshold Crests and transport what was left of the city, or a portion of the city, to the Feywild. Noxus left the council chambers to go after Lady Topher and try and talk to her about what's going, about what's to do next, as the rest of you are left in the council chambers, as the rest of Vox Machina have kind of finally gained their wits about them. Scanlan saying that he was intending to head off and be the eyes and the ears of the party to keep an eye on the advancement of the forces there. As Pike was intending to head back to Western to rally the regiment of clerics that she was able to commit to your cause that she intends to lead. And Percy and Vexalia were heading back to Whitestone to rally the riflemen and the Grey Hunt to meet or to march from Whitestone to wherever it is the rallying point is, as they all kind of as discussions about what to do next grip the people in the room. Before we get to that, though, Noxus, you
Aye.
are able to catch up with Topher as she is kind of storming down a hallway and just kind of stops, and with her remaining right hand, you watch as she punches some like marble bust sculpture of someone who you imagine was probably important, and breaks it and from one punch, like knocks the head off, and it crumbles into several rubbled pieces on the ground.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
She just kind of looks up at you, doesn't say anything, and stares back at where the statue was. You really think now is the time for jokes?
No, I'm just waiting for you to stop being angry and so we can do something. I'm angry too, but what good is it to be angry and not have a plan?
I'm more angry with myself than anything else. I'm
Why?
supposed to be the master of defense of this city and of this continent. And all of this has been happening under my watch because I did not take the threat seriously enough.
Well, you're taking it seriously now, so it's a good start.
Too little too late. I should probably resign my commission and leave the council.
No, I think that would be a very, very bad decision. You know, someone once told me never to make a decision when you're, I don't want to use the word emotional, but like in the middle of a feeling.
I'm thinking more clearly now than I ever have. Under my tenure as the master of defense of this city was attacked by a conclave of dragons. I lost my arm to said dragons. We had to deal with the rise of a new god of secrets, and now the continent is under siege from an ancient and terrible being not seen since before the calamity, and a force of hobgoblins that have been there since time immemorial that we have done nothing to deal with, and we're content to let the wilds of a jungle keep between us and safety.
You're right. That stuff all did happen. Absolutely. So what are you gonna do when you resign? Are you just gonna go to Daedalus Closet and just sit on the beach? Because that doesn't seem like you.
Stick to what I do best.
And that's what.
Throw myself to the front lines, where I belong. I was never meant to lead.
You were never meant to lead. Why do you say that?
I
In
don't
what?
have the clearly I
Okay.
don't have the clearly I don't have the temperament for it, nor the foresight or wisdom. And
Well, on the contrary, I think.
perhaps not the right parentage either. She kind of looks back at her tailless self.
Okay, okay. Knock that shit off, for one. You know that doesn't matter. At all. Two, I say you do because you taught me and you led me. And I'm a pretty stubborn bastard. And I will follow you no matter what. So you are fit for the job. I mean, who's going to take your place? Who would do it better? I can't think of anyone. You have a
Make a
passion for these.
Sorry,
Oh,
go
okay.
ahead. No,
I
go
was going
ahead.
to say, I mean, you have a passion for these people. The next person that comes in, they're just going to think of laws. They're going to think of how the law is going to protect the people. They're not going to think about how to actually protect the people. You care about protecting the people. Those people that all died, if you didn't have a heart and you didn't get mad about them dying, then you don't deserve this job. But you deserve this job because they died and you care.
Make a persuasion check with advantage. I certainly care, and it is because I care that someone more suited for it should take the position. We all have to understand our strengths and our flaws and weaknesses. They deserve to be led and protected by someone more capable than me.
You know what's really funny? I feel like I'm looking in a mirror right now. You know why?
No,
Because you sound like me when I first came to Oman. You remember that?
certainly.
Just because something bad happened doesn't mean you should let it destroy your life. I kept pushing. And now, look at what Bahamut has done. Perseverance is important. I don't think he would want you to give up. There's a reason that you are in the position that you are in. It's not by chance.
Make another persuasion check with advantage.
Don't fuck me, roll 20.
Woo!
She kind of reaches up and with her one hand and squeezes, almost white knuckling. If a scaled dragonborn could could get white knuckles, she scales and stuff, but squeezing rather hard on her holy symbol as she considers what you're saying, and she says, "Are you asking me to have faith?"
Yes. That Bahamut made the right choice and put you where you are. Because I believe he doesn't make mistakes. And he definitely did not make one when he put you in the position that you are in. And he did not make a mistake for putting me where I am today in your path.
I remember when you came to Oman, you didn't have that sentiment. That
I
you were where you were supposed to be and chosen.
didn't believe that I could bring the people together. But it happened. And it really shook my beliefs that Bahamut really wanted me in the first place. It just took me a little while to choose him. And because of that, I now have faith that everything happens for a reason.
Well, I'm going to find it difficult to have faith in myself. But perhaps your faith in me and his faith in me will have to suffice for the moment.
I mean, he is a god, so that's a lot of faith, so I think you got it pretty covered.
You need to go back to Drakinia, as it's newly announced that that's what it shall be called henceforth.
Oh, they changed the name.
Yes, they had a
Drakinia.
vote.
I like it. Okay.
They had a vote.
Well, that's good news.
The missives I've received have also told me what else is going on there. They have been rebuilding their armed forces. The Draconian mounted knights exist again.
Does that ring a bell for Noxus and what those are?
They were the Air Force, essentially, the dragon-born knights that rode wyverns. They used to be called the Draconian Knights, but as well as the school of training for young sorcerers has been reestablished. You need to get them to commit these forces.
I planned on it. That was one of our next stops. Our timetable's definitely been pushed up, so any help would definitely suffice. Or advice.
Call in favors. You've done and Amon and Taldore has done much for that new nation being reborn from the embers of a fiery destruction. Remind them how they've been able to get back to where they are so quickly.
So basically, tell them you owe us. That'll work.
You know, in a more silver-tongued way that you're apparently capable of.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, I'll just hit him right between the eyes.
We should probably return to the council chamber.
And
Plans need to be made.
yeah, and I'll walk up to her and I'll put my hand on her shoulder and just be like, "You got this. It's okay. Retreat is a strategic word, and it's okay to do that. It's not a defeat."
All right. She taps your shoulder, and the two of you head back. It's at this point. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I just had dinner right before I started. It's at this point you guys watch as Noxus leads Topher back into the council chamber as you guys were kind of finishing up your conversation about what the remaining members of Vox Machina intend to do, and are beginning to have the conversation of what the next steps are.
Oh, good, Noxus. You are back. Master Shortholds.
Yeah.
We may have something that would aid thee with what you are attempting to do and provide more safety for you. Noxus, you have the detection item that we received from Umara, yes?
I do.
In the bag?
Oh, right. And I will fish in the bag and I will pull out the pendant that keeps people from spying on you or seeing you and whatnot.
Magically, yeah.
Yeah, that pendant that Fike was wearing and what
Yeah.
Umara had.
Fike wasn't wearing it. Umara
He
was
had
wearing it.
he had one.
I did.
I think.
I did.
Fike had one for a while. Yeah, this one's modified. It's of hobgoblin arcane technology.
Ooh, so I definitely give him that one.
Ingenuity.
I definitely give him that one.
You hand it to him and he kind of takes it and looks at it. He's like, it's not really my style. Doesn't really go with my outfit.
Scanlan, we do not need another Vox Machina member dying. Please wear it.
Pike just kind of looks at him and gives him that like mom Pike eye. Just kind of like slowly puts it over his head.
Yes. From what we can tell, it was modified by the hobgoblin somehow, so perhaps it will extend. Well, it seemed to keep her from even the scrying that could be done by House Thunderbrand. That was exceptional. So,
Well, appreciate the help. What's I don't know why I'm always the one that asks these things because I hardly ever plan ahead. What's next?
That's a very good question.
Is there a battle map
You're in the council chamber. There's like a war table. If you'd like, I can take us to the world map or the continental map.
I know Fike's been pretty quiet, but Fike has been kind of like eyeing it over.
There's essentially a like you would see in any kind of war room. There's a map with like little figurines on it, almost like a risk board that kind of indicates like troops and stuff like that. And you can see that there is you can see represented on it, Fight, because you've been kind of eyeing it for a while, is the bulk of the hobgoblin force obviously now sits here, as well as there was a naval force that a small like contingent of a naval force around that appears to be around Visa Isle, and a naval force that is in K-12 Bay.
Okay.
It shows it intact. It appears that they are not unaware of. They are unaware of what happened there.
So those are our naval.
No, those are the Hobgoblins' forces.
Oh, okay.
It's not there anymore.
Should we update K-12 Bay real quick and just knock those figurines over?
I think there was.
Um,
Oh yeah, they took them all out. They were chasing one, so yeah, they're pretty much gone.
Yeah. There's and as far there is one regiment sitting in Fort Daxio up here. Let me do it this way. Up here of heavy infantry. There are 2 regiments positioned up here. The Riflemen of Whitestone and the Grey Hunt, which are archers. There is the Cleric Regiment in Western that has been accounted for, as well as these ones you didn't know about beforehand until you just were staring at the table. There appears to be also 3 regiments in Amman that they are aware of, and this is in their perspective, the forces that they have available to them, because they don't know all the things that you guys know as of recently. But there is what appears to be represented on the map, a force of archers, a force of cavalry, and a force of heavy infantry in Amman. So you guys might want to add those to your list wherever you have it going.
Did did
I
you
did
send
not.
those?
I can add that thing real quick.
That would be
We'll
very
call it
appreciative.
a handout.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember asking. So, council members, there's a few extra things we need to let you know about.
God, why is it? Sorry.
No, you're good. Take your time. So while he's doing that, out of character, guys. So out of character, where we still need to go is over this area for the draconian, the whatever the new name is. I forgot how to pronounce it, but
Dracinia.
the Dracinia. Okay, it's
Yes.
close.
Like
Draconian Knights.
like Dragonkin.
Draken. Okay.
Like
So
Dragonkin, like as opposed to it's Dragon.
right. So the Draconian Knights we need to go get. We need to go to the Slayer's Take and talk to them. We need to go to Visa Isle for the other vestige. While we are in Vasselheim, we can inquire about the vestige there.
That's the same. That's one of the same. The Slayer's Take in Vasselheim.
Right.
That's the same thing.
So, and while we are in Amman, the guy is here. So we just wait for him to find out what information he has about Visa Isle. So we just have to wait for him to talk to him.
I mean,
somebody sent for him last session. So
yeah, Allura said that he would be brought. She basically sent some guards to go retrieve him. Where you're pointing to on the map there, Noxus, is not where Dracinia is. It's
where
much
is
farther.
it?
It's much farther east on the continent.
Is it past where the map is?
It's not shown on this map.
Okay. How do I erase that then? Oh wait, I think I know how.
I got it.
Got it. It's done.
Fike's gonna take out some gold pieces and just start putting, like Kymel, Amon, Western, Drenna, Turstfields, and I go, we need to get as many innocents out as possible. So I think everything west or everything west of Kymel, we evacuate into the undermountain of Craghammer. Everything east of Western, Lord Derolo said that he could take in some people. We try to get as many people as far away from this as possible. For some reason, I feel like I have an inkling that they're going to go east. They're not going for Amon.
Fike, I agree with you. We need to get everybody out of here, but I don't think we need to stay here. I think we need to leave here. I think we need to get off of Taldore. I honestly think everybody
Right,
here.
but while we're doing other stuff, other places, we can't have pieces just sitting around not moving anywhere. That's what happened, and that's why. And Fike just stops himself and he goes, we got to make sure that we have a lot of plates spinning.
I'm sorry, what, Laura speaks up. What information do you have that makes you think that they intend to head east once they clear Singorn's?
We've told you about the war that we had at Turst, right, with the Ravagers and all that.
Yes.
I think I don't even remember her name, but she said you control the food, you control the populace. If the plan is not to wipe us all out and enslave us, they don't want us dead. They want us broken.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
taking out Western,
see the
Turstfields,
slaves.
taking that part that provides most of the food for the continent would be more than advantageous to have a giant Taras sitting on the farm fields. It's just a wild theory, but that's my idea.
Would they not wish to keep it away from that, given how large it is? Keep it from destroying it already.
And
He's
Topher
not-
pipes up at this point and says the first words that you guys have heard her say since showing up, other than like screams and grunts and stuff. She says, their force is large enough that they can split it. I agree with Renata. They could send half of their force east to control the food source, as you suggest, like, and still have more than enough of a force fronted by that beast to head north to Kymel and then west to Amon or north to Craghammer.
See, this is why I think we don't have the forces to defend right now. Like what I told you, I really think we need to figure out. We need to find a place to go and rebuild and come back. Like,
What about everyone that's stuck here that doesn't have Bureau's magic circle?
That's what I'm saying. We need to find people who are talented to mass excursion people out of here. And it's going to take some time. We either build a force to fight, or we build a force to fight another day. And we can't do both. We can't evacuate and fight. We have to do one or the other. Like, we can't be split down the middle. If we're going to evacuate, we evacuate everyone and we start now, or we start to fight now and stand our ground and possibly lose.
No.
I vote for evacuation. That's what I think. We find people who can. There are some talented people here. I mean, Alora, you must know thousands of mages who can do what Bureau and you do. I mean,
I know the level of magical prowess it required to do that is not something that is commonplace.
Or is it easy?
But we can get a captain of a guard in each city just to start hustling people out. At least getting people that are willing to go. Right?
I don't think you quite understand, Noxus, how long it takes to move that much people on that massive scale.
I understand it is. That's why I'm saying it is either we do one thing or the other. That's why I'm saying if we're going to evacuate, we need to focus all of our attention on it because it's such a mass
I don't think that we
hard
can
thing to do.
afford. I don't think that we can afford to focus all of our attention on one thing at a time.
She is correct. That is not
I
how
don't
you
think
win.
we have the time to do that.
That's not how you win a battle nor war, Noxus.
Well,
You aren't trying to circle around what all of us wish to avoid, which is casualties, and I understand, but this
I
is
just
where...
saw what the Draconian Knights did, and they went and stood when they knew they couldn't stand. And as it looks like, I don't think we can stand where we are. I'm just trying to think how to save as many people as we can to fight another day.
Well, Percival steps forward and says, "Well, before that, let's do an accounting. You say you've secured more forces from Craghammer, yes?
Yes.
That
What
we have.
are the forces that we have at our disposal?"
We have scrolling.
Good guy forces.
You can call it what you want. That's just the temporary name I
Listen, Bill, don't you
Yeah.
dare. Don't you dare pull a Mass Effect 3 on us.
I've
Well,
never
the
even
nerd-
played, and I know that's terrible.
The nerd is leading us into battle. He's going to make sure that everybody lives. So, good on you, Bureau.
We have
So
2 regiments of heavy infantry from House Glorindar. We have 1 regiment of heavy infantry and 1 regiment of Goat Knight cavalry from the Grey Spines. 1 regiment of clerics from House Zuthorn. 1 regiment of heavy infantry from the Bronze Grips, as well as an agreement to help outfit our forces. 1 regiment of battle mages from House Thunderbrand. And that is what we got from Craghammer.
And then Stillben.
We have 1 regiment of militia from Stillben. And then we already know about the Pike's clerics.
as well as what remains in Fort Daxio, which is 1 regiment of heavy infantry, and what remains here in Amon, which is, as I don't know if you guys caught it, what I said earlier, it was a regiment of archers, a regiment of cavalry, and a regiment of heavy infantry.
Was Mikhail Daxio in the part of the Lost Troops, or is he still at Fort
We
Daxio?
don't know how he fared, yet he was leading the forces in the Ammonian forces in Singorn. We don't know if he traveled to the Feywild with the city, or if he fell.
We need us to contact the Stone Shaper, looking back to Bureau.
The Stone Shaper, out of character, the Stone Shaper is the
Stone Giants.
Stone Giants. Right.
Look,
She
just
was-
the note from Daxio.
Yeah, she was the leader of the Stone Giant tribe. Stone
Okay.
Shaper Dehune.
And sorry, I was typing notes. We need to contact her for what?
For,
reinforcements.
yeah,
Reinforcements.
calling in favors as we're...
Bureau, are
Nemo
you,
as well. Now
Bureau-
the
I think that's more than an ascending spell.
Yeah. Bureau, are you editing the good guy forces?
I am.
Okay, never mind then. I was asking because I was gonna do it, but if you're already doing it, never mind.
we don't have to worry about the confrontation with Senemo now because of Singorn's situation
Singorn.
currently.
But we still have to talk to the houses to make sure it's okay for them to come through Craghammer. Don't forget
Yes.
that.
I thought you guys did that while I was getting shit-faced with Vanya.
Well, we were
I
going to
did
go
not.
talk to Singorn, and that happened.
Sarah
So,
said that once we gave her the green light, she'd take care of that.
well, maybe we should definitely do that next. That's one of the next things we should do.
And at that moment, I'm going to send to Tara.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, Tara, Singorn has fallen or is gone, overrun by hobgoblins. Some of Vox Machina down. We sent Elsa to the hobgoblins. Can we find her?
You don't get a response. Instead, there is a flash of light in the chamber as Tara and Elsa teleport into the.
Well, that's a relief. What happened?
Elsa speaks up and says, "Well, I believe they've been filling you in on exactly what happened."
Yeah, but how did you get out?
Well, when I arrived, things had already fallen to shit. And there was 2/3 of the city left in ruin, as what remained of the elven forces, not seeing a route of retreat, were fighting to the last person. About 1/3 of the city had teleported away, leaving basically a hole in the ground away. And so I contacted Tara to come and get me the fuck out of there.
All of it.
Not before taking out a few offices.
You are very resourceful, and I'm grateful for that.
Listen, the whole you having to save my ass was a one-time thing. I'm more than capable of taking care of myself, and if I ever find myself in a place where you have to save my ass again, I don't know if that I could survive that much embarrassment.
Well, keep it that way. I don't know that I have the time to save your ass again.
Now, we're planning a war, guys. Can you either make out or leave, or get your head in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I second that option.
One other place we have to go that hasn't been mentioned but is even more imperative now is the Feywild. Although that maybe can wait until more tasks have been achieved.
We could go to Dracinia and get the newly formed Draconian Knights. They're Wyvern Riders.
Wyvern?
Sounds good.
We have that. We have potentially the Stone Giants. We have. I think.
Does this mean we get to talk to Tharn again?
Thon was in
If he's there.
Thon was in Amon last we checked. Where is?
No, he was heading up into the mountains for the Wild Mother's holiday after the tree.
You should definitely check in on Tharn Bureau if you have ascending descend, and let's see if maybe we can get him to talk to the Stone Shapers or anyone else. He said he had River Maw people as well. Maybe we should ask him to get his connections with them as well.
That's a good idea.
Looking to Kursk. And
I will check my spell slots first of all. Okay. I'll send to Tharn and I'll say, hobgoblins have risen at Tarask and have overrun Singorn. Need any help you can help muster from the stone giants or the Rivamaw or anyone else.
A moment passes, and you get a response that says, "I'm aware of the situation. Um, their destruction of the verdant expanse and the rife and mist jungle must not go unanswered."
Here are all the reasons we're going to destroy them.
Yes. No, he doesn't. He says,
All things die. The force can go back.
he says, I will rally what forces I can. Where should I rally them to? There are several places we could rally them, and then he begins to list places that he could
Until it's
rally
gone.
them until he runs out of words in the sentence.
Typical
imagine he's probably
Tharn, how
still
I miss
going?
it.
Yeah, he's probably still going, but
It cuts out.
Tharn has agreed to rally forces. Where should he rally them to?
That is the question.
that
Did
is
he give you a list on where they were supposed to be?
He did, but let's maybe offer a suggestion instead.
um that is Topher says the next decision we need to make. Regardless of where we think they intend to head after Singorn, if I remember anything about hobgoblin battle tactics, they shouldn't be on the move right away. They will make camp there, make an account. They are very enjoy the arithmetic of war. They will make an accounting of their casualties, the casualties of the other side, and be sure of their count, giving their wounded a chance to heal before advancing to their next target, whether that be several or one.
So should we suggest rally to Amon until we have a better location planned for?
Why not Kymel? Put us halfway in between everything.
Sure. That sounds like a plan.
Are you sure, Kymel?
I don't know that Kymel would be my choice, Topher says.
I must
Yeah, I
agree.
mean, it is the closest thing to Singorn right now. And I mean, if we have everybody go there and we're not ready, and they move, there goes our forces.
Granted,
Well,
with Master Scanlan, we should have some forewarning before they break camp and begin heading north. But
if Kymel's overrun and we're not ready, so will all of our new forces.
Yes, where would be the most central otherwise? That.
Western?
Western.
It is the farthest city north. I mean, what about Craghammer?
Craghammer could be potentially more defensible.
Definitely is. They have to go into the mountain, and that's difficult in itself. Kind of,
some of
kind
the
of.
forces, at least.
I don't like the idea of having a Tarrasque standing on top of a mountain, beating it down upon us, though.
Well,
fight right in the sun.
I mean, we'll have the dwarves. So I mean,
I
they're
agree with
capable.
you there, Fike, but I don't wish to underestimate this creature again, but there are sections of Craghammer that are deep enough that I feel it should provide at least some protection. And when we come to face it, it would not be inside of Craghammer. We would come out into the Wildwood Valley, I would imagine, to meet them on the field of battle.
On the backside of Craighammer?
The backside of Craghammer would be the Thenden Pass.
Oh.
And I mean, worst case scenario, we just go back in and God forbid we have to go back to the Underdark, but you know, if we must, we must.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was talking about us as a group. We've gone to the Underdark.
Yeah, so have we, says Pike.
Oh, Pike.
Uh,
Oh, I forgot. We went to a city in the Underdark. Like
We are going to get reinforcements from the Underdark, is what we're trying to say,
Yeah.
and not so many
That
words.
is our goal.
Sorry.
Yes.
wow, you
Sorry.
found people in the Underdark that didn't want to kill you?
Oh no, they wanted to kill us for sure.
No,
It's just
no, no. Mm-mm.
There were some that
One-
didn't.
One of them wanted to kill me in particular, but I killed it first. So
Okay.
I was the chosen one. I didn't plan on it.
But
Back to the point at hand, Fike.
you told me that you went into the Underdark over by Whitestone.
Yes, we did.
Wait, you're saying you know a path through the Underdark that could get you from Craghammer to over by Whitestone?
Oh no, we know somebody who probably could make that happen though.
Yes.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean,
I mean, I'm no battle commander or anything, but I feel like if we did put all our troops there and it was attacked by the Tarrasque and the Hobgoblins, being able to go on a path underground that pops us out on the other side of the continent with all of our troops,
we're
while
talking
they're
about
beating away at a mountain.
weeks and weeks and weeks in the Underdark, though. It's not like very hospitable.
I'm aware I've been to the Underdark. Just
That's
saying.
an idea.
You have the point.
I don't think the five houses of Craghammer would be very happy about losing their city, and I'm just looking at Terra.
Not at all.
Well, of course not, but I
Losing their
mean,
lives.
We're
More
dwarves,
so.
we could dig it back out.
all that, and I'm not gonna lie, the little gnome's idea is kind of genius. I mean, as a last resort, obviously, but
And you know what we need is to ask the elders.
if you decided to have our forces rally and gather at Craghammer, as opposed to somewhere like, I don't know, Western, from which you could fall back to Whitestone or Tursteven, it's just an idea. I also like the idea of having Western be the rally point, is depending on what direction they come at us from Western. Like if we're in Western and they come at us from the west or the north or the south, we could retreat to either Joran Village, Whitestone, or Stillben.
And they would not know where we aren't going, potentially.
All of which have Stillben has a port that we could flee the continent from if we needed to. Whitestone has the bridge across the Shearing Channel to Wildmount if we needed to flee that way. And, well, Jordan Village is kind of a death trap, but you know.
So actually, going to Craghammer and going through the Underdark is a good idea. Huh.
I've been saying it for like 4 sessions. I don't understand why nobody.
All right, so on the docket, we go. Wait, I kind of
First things first. Where should we have our troops be rallying?
I say Craghammer. What do y'all
Agree.
think?
Sure.
Sarah, do you think the dwarves would be on board for that?
Well, they'll have to be. We'll have them. It's gonna be tight quarters, but we'll figure it out.
Well, then let's see how mighty the walls of Craghammer really are.
It's a mountain. Doesn't really have walls.
If anything, they can just dig deeper.
Damn
Make
it,
more
fight.
room.
What?
All right. So Topher leaves to go ready the 3 regiments in Amman to start moving. They're going to move north to meet up with the regiment at Fort Daxio, and they're going to head in the back entrance of Craghammer.
Quick
And she
question, everyone.
leaves to go get that started.
Quick question, everyone. How are we going to make sure that the Hobgoblin army is headed in that direction?
We're not
No
going to force
snows.
them, but Scanlan's going to keep an eye on them for us.
Mhm.
Well, what if we?
That is the game we're playing, Knox. Is we don't know where the fuck they're gonna go.
Well, hang on.
And hopefully they
What
don't
if
not know where
we-
we are going to go either.
What if we dangled a carrot and got them to go that direction and made them go to Craghammer?
Like a sexy Tarask?
I mean, yes, but also give
Metaphorically.
give them a reason to want to go to Craghammer, so then we can say, "Hey, look at this hand," and then
Let's-
the other hand just does
Sarah's like,
whatever it
let's
wants.
hold on. I feel like we shouldn't try to get them to go to Craghammer if they're not already. I feel like, hey, let them come to Craghammer in their own time. You know, it's not something we need to force. Plus, we need time to get all those forces together anyway.
Precisely.
Oh no! I mean, when Scanlan tells us that they are moving, I mean, we
Yes.
give them a reason to move in that direction because that's where
If
all of
we're
our forces
ready.
will be.
Yeah,
If
let's
we're
not
ready.
rush into that.
Let's not
We've
assume
got
that we're
plenty of
going to be
other things
ready
we need to
when
do.
they start moving.
Well, hang on. No, I get that. But here's like, if we have a course of game plan to know what we're doing when they move, it goes by so much smoother. And the idea is this: they're very pompous. They're very the guy that that's messing with us is very sure of himself and pompous. So if we make him think that he has beaten us, then he doesn't think he's got anything to worry about, and then we come out of nowhere, and he's like, "Wait a minute, what?"
He has a Tarask. He already thinks he doesn't have anything to worry about.
Why not beef up his confidence more to think, oh, well, now I have nothing to worry about?
Well, I think we're putting our cart before the horse, Knox. Let's figure out all these other things that we need to do, and then if they're not already headed to where we need them to be, we can figure out what we want to do from there. But there's so many things that'll happen between now and then. Who knows what we'll want to do?
Actually, at this point, you guys hear another familiar voice in your heads.
Damn it.
As he says, so you think these vestiges will save you, do you? The one on Visa Isle, the one in the desert of Marquette, the ones on the other planes of existence, the one in Isilra. I don't think that they will save you, but I do enjoy, how do you say it, fucking with your plans. So perhaps my agents will find them first. I guess the race is on.
How does he know that?
They got Ulru.
How did they get a
Ulru
dragon?
Told them.
How'd they get a dragon underground?
Same reason we fucking got him.
We know not that. He hath been getting in our minds. Who's to say that he did not pull information from ours?
I mean, we killed him. How is he alive?
Laura, he knows we're seeking vestiges, and he's going to try to beat us to them.
Also, like, there are many there's no reason to jump to that conclusion. There are many divination magics in the world that could have granted him this information.
He's gonna go up to Fike, put both hands on his shoulders. Look at me. Focus. I know.
All right.
It's all right. Just do what we need to
Okay.
do.
So if he's going after them, where is the most dangerous spot of us losing something? Where is his forces that he can get one right now, right this second?
I point to Visa Isles. It's surrounded by troops, right?
It appears that, based on the battle map that you have, that there is not a insignificant contingent of Iron Authority Navy around the island.
On the plus side, they will have a hard time getting through Vasselheim, and this could
And the
provide some
Abyss.
and this could provide some incentive for Vasselheim to help us.
It's true. And we don't have to worry about the Abyss because they're not going to send a Tarask to the Abyss, are they?
Well, they may not be sending the Tarask, but he's sending his agents.
Yeah, Vanya says, I don't think they're planning on sending the Tarask after these things. Probably planning on sending more of those stupid, kicky, punchy forces of his.
With magic bullshit.
Yeah.
I doubt it's going to take them a while to beat the Baylor, so.
So I think all right, let's see. Marquette and Visa Isles are potentially the most vulnerable. Feywild and Abyss and Vasselheim are probably the least vulnerable. So start with Visa Isles and then Marquette.
I mean,
I think we go to Dracinia first, and then we go back. Go back here. We pick up a friend from the Relic Seekers Guild, and then we go to Visa Isles. That's what I would do.
I second that one, Fike. We need all the help we can get, and
We got to make a wide circle on stuff, and if because of distance and time, the Draconian Knights are going to be take the longest to get here, and we want to get them rallied as soon as possible.
so Tara, if we go and I get the Draconian Knights to join us, would it be safe to say I can send them to Craghammer?
That seems to be the plan. And Elsa kind of speaks up and says, well, I can't believe I'm actually going to say this, but it would appear that we have some sort of a semblance of a plan.
Yes.
So rally to Craghammer, head to Dracinia, come back here, head to Visa Isles, and then we go from there.
We need
Either
to.
Marquette or Vasselheim, one of the two.
We need to let Thon know where to send people, but also we may need to let Sinima know what this plan is, since this doth involve her territory.
Tara, can you warn the dwarves that, or get their buy-in that the drow may be coming to lend aid?
Well, this should be an interesting conversation, but consider it done.
All right.
That's another thing. Do we go and speak to her, or do we send her a message? Like, is this
No, we need to go
face to
speak to
face?
her.
So then will we go to Dracinia, Sinimo, here, Visa?
I like that. Plus, we train their armies, and we're the most capable fighters that we know, minus, present party excluded.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they train anything like us, we need them.
Mm-hmm. And we at least
It's
have
true.
the sigils for both places, yes, Piero?
Yeah.
To make it easier for you.
However, it sounds like I'm going to be leveraging a lot of circles. Does anybody have any spare chalk? I say to Tara and Alora.
Tara will
Shopping episode right now, guys.
fuck no. You guys still have all that shit back in Craghammer you need to pick up at some point.
It's true.
Let me check Tara's inventory here real quick.
And semi out of character, I'm burning a lot of magic on sending today. So if we can avoid danger for until I get some rest, that would be great.
Allura hands you 3 chalks, and Tara hands you 2.
Sweet.
And this is what we can spare for the moment.
That should tide us over for now.
I will. I intend to go and speak with the Arcana Pansophical, see what kind of information I can get regarding this spell that we need.
Excellent.
Is there a way that we can get a hold of Gilmore to see if he's able to provide any aid as well?
Gilmore has retired to Oncarel.
Well, that's fantastic. Who is in charge of the shop then?
We've met like Terry and
Each
Well,
that married guy I hit on.
right.
Each shop has someone who runs it that sends, I mean, it's sort of a semi-retirement. He still collects his cut from all the different stores, but he, in his, she kind of does in air quotes, retirement, he has taken to advising the leader of Oncorel by the name of Jamon Saord as part of his council.
We look forward to seeing him there.
Yeah, I gotta return his sword.
With the times we are in, I don't wish to cast aspersions. Jamon Saord is a rather private individual. They do not. Much of their dealings are done through intermediaries. Imagine you would have a better opportunity of taking counsel with Gilmore himself, especially upon dropping the names of several of the people in this room and allowing him to speak on your behalf to Jamon, as he is now a valued advisor and confidant to Jamon.
That would save us some time.
Guys, I think we got a plan.
Tofu will see to forces rallying at Craghammer. And if the need arises, we will begin preparations for a quick evacuation of each city. And based on Scadlin's reports, we can trigger those quickly.
All right, I'll burn my last 2 4th level slots to send to Tharn.
Okay.
And tell him to rally to Craghammer. And then to Empress Sinimo and ask her when we may conveniently come to formally beg her aid.
He knows how to talk to
her. Yes. Tharn responds with the affirmative, giving you a list of uh, uh,
He's just kept on
Yeah.
going. He's been doing it the entire time. He's just waiting for the magic to
Yeah.
kick
Don't
back in.
interrupt.
yeah.
Don't interrupt.
No, giving you a list of places that he would not recommend rallying. You know, it's a good thing that you chose there because there's quite a few places that I wouldn't have chosen. And then he begins to list.
Ah, Thar, never change, you crotchety asshole.
Um, and then Sinimo informs you that you are honored guests, and she welcomes your groveling at all hours of the day.
We are welcome to grovel to Empress Sinimo at any time that it would be so convenient to us. And Tharn is listing many places that we should not rally to, but Craghammer is not among them.
Perfect.
Kymel was for unrelated reasons, also because it's a dirty, filthy city.
Hey, seek or assume, would it be beneficial to get
He's
the
not
ruffian?
he's not in the room.
Would it be beneficial to get all of the ruffians of Kymel to help us, or do we just do we want the Tarask to have a meal before it comes to us? Because I mean, I don't like that idea.
Wow, like the rest of the room is all kind of like,
Come on, listen. I'm not the only one who's thinking it.
Wait,
I'm
what?
the only one who's
You're the
thinking
only one
it.
who's thinking it.
I am not.
Yeah, you kind of are.
Gosh damn it! Fine. All right. I'm basically saying, do we want to send somebody there?
Bahamut, smote him, please. Send your smotingness, please.
Council, where is Assume?
he is in the process of traveling to excuse me several of the smaller villages and towns across Taldore to gather militias like Kymel, Joran Village, Drinna, Turst, to name a few.
Wise.
Speaking of which, he was the one who evacuated. He was the one who was able to convince Byrodin to evacuate, and we have their regiment of light infantry. We forgot to mention as well. They are heading north via ship to come into Amman, and then from there they will travel to Craghammer.
Excellent. Well, daylight waits for no one. Shall we head to Drakinia?
Relic Seeker gonna show up at some point.
Yes. At this point,
The slowest god in Amon is what you oversee him.
there were other things going on. I don't want to interrupt you guys with too much. However, at this point, a late 30s half orc is led into the room. He is wearing rugged leather boots with rough, durable hemp pants and a button-up shirt. He has a rough leather jacket, brown leather jacket on, with a brown fedora, a whip hanging from one hip, and a device that looks awfully similar to Percy's sidearm.
Really?
As Orlin Vor comes walking into
Really?
the room.
Dr. Vor, I presume.
And so, as Allura introduces, this is Professor Jolan Vor, a expert in rare antiquities and member of the Relic Seekers Guild. And he walks in and says, "So I understand you all are looking for Honor's Last Stand.
Yes, quick, help us find it.
What he
I've
said.
been looking for it for quite a while. As a matter of fact, I've tracked it down to Visa Isle. With my last expedition, though we had to make a hasty retreat before I could get my hands on it and bring it back here.
What were you retreating from?
Well, it's a bit of a long story. Do you have time?
Not
The
really.
abridged version would be great.
No one has time for history anymore.
Well, Tarasques have that effect on things.
Shall not be much more history left after.
Agreed.
You intend to fit it from what I understand?
You cut out, but I'm assuming
You intend to find it from what I understand?
we do.
We need to.
And use it.
Well,
At our last stand.
Indeed.
if you're going after it, I intend to come with you.
That's probably
good.
fine, but what should we be preparing for that caused you to retreat?
All right. You have to understand, relics like this need to be preserved. They belong in a museum.
Fuck you, Bill!
I'm about to put this guy in a fucking grave. All right, he's gonna be in his own mausoleum. I'm gonna fucking make him into a museum.
There's totally going to be snakes.
Visa Isle is about 40 miles off the coast of Blade Shimmer shoreline, west of the Verdant Expanse. The two islands belch clouds of black smoke into the open sky. Visa Isle and its smaller sister island have been surrounded by rumors and sailors' legends since the dawn of human civilization. Some say that every night the island burns to ash, giving the island a distinctive orange glow, and every day new trees grow to maturity by sundown. It's, local legends, nothing important. It is an island of fire and death, though, however. Those who have explored its dense jungles and returned claim only to have found common wild pigs and, at worst, unusually large fire beasts and mantises. They were the lucky ones, unlike me in my last expedition. They didn't wander unprepared into the ruins of Osiris and did not encounter the serpentine spirits that haunt its elder halls.
Oh, what?
Snakes.
Understand, in ancient times, Osiris was the seat of a Yuan-Ti empire that dominated southern Taldore. Before the battles of the Calamity, seers within the empire had visions of the coming destruction and desperately sought a way to survive it. The serpents constructed a magical field of perfect stasis beneath their city and chose their strongest and most powerful to slumber and rebuild the empire when the danger had passed. Those that perished in the calamity now haunt the ruins of their ancient city as ghosts, eager to take revenge on the living for destroying their glorious empire. When my expedition and I delved into Osiris's deepest sanctum, one of my associates unwittingly ended the serpent's ancient spell and awakened the sleepers.
Wonderful. So, would Ren know anything about the Osiris?
Yeah,
Okay. Huh. I
yeah.
did-
They were a huge Yuan-Ti empire. Yuan-Ti are essentially snake people. let me do this real quick, by the way.
I just don't think I would hear that name again.
What's a Yanti?
They dominated the majority of southern Taldore before the hobgoblins. Like, they ran everything basically from everything from like here south.
Okay, Jorlin, what happened to them? Why did the hobgoblins take their stuff?
Were you not listening?
Sorry, someone asked me a question out of character in my house, and I was talking to him.
Oh. They had seers who foresaw the calamity coming. And so, to avoid the destruction, they sent their most powerful beneath the city and imposed a powerful arcane stasis field, which put them into a slumber so that they could sleep out the destruction and awaken to rebuild the Voskyrus Empire. And when my team and I, my archaeological team and I, went to Voskyrus to recover Hope's last stand, one of my associates inadvertently interacted with the stasis field, shutting it down, and the Yuan-Ti slumbering there, who promptly chased us off the island. Well, chased all of us. I was the only one to actually escape.
But you saw it.
Saw what?
The
shield?
artifact. Yes.
Yes.
Well, are
Is
you
it everything?
ready to go back there like tomorrow?
Well, we got to go. Let's go around the world in 80 days, real quick, and then we'll take it with us. Can we do that?
I mean,
Well,
We definitely have 80 days, I imagine. What?
I thought we were going to go to Drakinia today and then come back and go to.
Oh,
we're gonna go.
Snemo.
So we're gonna go. We're gonna go to Drakinia. We're gonna go to Sinemo. Then we're gonna come back here and go to Visa.
why come back here if we already got him? We save ourselves a spell.
Already
Well,
got what?
because we're gonna be underground in the Underdark, so we have to come back here.
Well, how are we getting to Visa Isle?
A boat.
Teleportation.
We don't
I've
have it.
never been there.
Can't we do the scry and fly like we do, like Ren came up with?
We can try it.
You still have a scry in
Professor
the
Vol-
ring if you have it.
First of all, do you have anything from this island that we could use?
You can call me Jorland.
Jorland.
Do I have any? I have a few small sculptures, some pottery pieces.
What's that piece? What's that work?
It's worth a try. I think. Okay, so timeline-wise, I can get us to Drakinia and then to
Lemnele.
Lemnele today, and then I can even try teleporting us. Well, let me check my spell slots again.
Just so we're clear, I intend to help you, and you can use the artifact for whatever, save the world thing you need to do. But when you're done, into a museum.
Yep, got it.
Make a deception check.
Thank you, Bureau.
Wait, he doesn't have glibness still on? This is bullshit.
That was
It's not still going, no.
Absolutely, we will totally do that for you. Can I give him advantage with that?
No, you cannot.
Ah!
Yeah!
That belongs in a museum.
Yes, absolutely, 100% museum.
Good. Not often I find people who are willing to put such priceless facts into a museum for all people to enjoy. It's nice to find some kindred spirits.
Of course. Let's just make sure there are museums left first.
Oh, I'm not unreasonable, of course.
Okay,
So
so
wherever you're planning to go, I don't intend to be getting left behind. So
no, we are planning to drag you with us.
where to first?
So all right. So in terms of
While you guys figure this out, Bill's gonna go pee pee.
Drink,
Everybody take a drink.
drink,
All right.
drink.
Oh, let me.
So I have
Aw.
all my 3rd and 4th levels are gone. I still have my
Everybody
5th, 6th, and 7th.
Okay.
So I can get us to Drakinia, I can get us to Lemnele, and I can take a shot at getting us to Visa Isles, but then I absolutely have to rest.
What if we rested in Lemnele
Wait,
just to give you that?
wait 1 second, because
Hmm.
this is a very, very. I just thought about this.
Hmm.
If you only have one teleport, this is a very, very small target, and if we're
Wow.
off the map, we're fucking floating dead in the water, and we don't have the portable boat that we can fucking save ourselves with anymore.
So what we could do is we could go to a place that we know and have Gator pick us up if he's on this side of the continent. So
Gator was just in Stillben yesterday, though.
Yeah,
that's a
he's
good
not gonna.
point. So that
So the alternative I see is that we get through Drakinia and Lemnele, rest there, try teleporting to Visa Isles. That'll give me one shot to try teleporting again.
right.
That doesn't go well.
We can do the scry and teleport again, and then with the artifacts that will give you a little bit more of a boost, unless you want to scry and do it twice.
Well,
Potentially
yeah, no,
scrying twice would help you, correct?
Just Bureau, you would know. Having an associated object.
Like we had last time.
No, you didn't have an associated object last time. I'm talking about teleportating, not scrying.
Oh.
So having an associated object to where you're going is like giving you. It's like being able to teleport to a permanent circle. It can't fuck up.
perfect.
Oh, good.
Then,
Woo!
so that still leaves us. That's awesome. That still leaves us 2 scenarios. Either we get through our begging quests, and then rest, and then go to Visa Isles, in which case we'll be kind of recharged, or we go to Visa Isle and then rest, in which case we have no idea whether it's going to be safe to rest there or not.
Precisely. I would suggest resting beforehand.
I'll have to go to my apartment in the city first too to get the artifacts I'm speaking of.
Well, then I would beg that you hurry up, good sir.
You can come with me, and that way I don't have to go there and come back.
Good plan. Shall we go?
Tally ho.
Give him an
Alright.
assistant.
With this,
He's already inviting us to his place.
With this, the council meeting kind of breaks up. Percy and Vexalia are teleported away to Whitestone. Tara and Elsa teleport away to Craghammer. Topher leaves the room, had already left the room to go and rally the troops to march for Craghammer, or first to Daxio and then Craghammer. Allura teleports away to go counsel with the Arcana Pensophical. As you guys leave to head out into the city, which oddly enough is not in like a huge panic or anything. The common people of the city seem to. Were you guys on the Amon backdrop the whole time? You didn't get to see the world map?
Oh, we saw
No,
the
we
world
saw
map.
the world.
Okay. They're kind of going about their daily lives, kind of blissfully unaware of what's going on around the world at the moment.
If only they knew.
This is not where you tell everyone again.
I mean, there are some, like, there's a higher guard, there's more guards running back and forth. and whatnot. And
Also, to be fair, Amon's already gone through some shit. They're cynical about this.
yeah,
They dealt with a dragon.
They're like New York City after 9/11. Nothing can phase them. They just like they're like, oh, what big scary monster? Yeah, been there, done that.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, so they know and they don't give a shit?
They dealt with Thordak.
You're not sure. You're not sure. It's not that they don't give a shit. There still are signs of like preparation, but no one's like freaking out. There's more troops kind of running back and forth, carrying supplies. As you guys are making your way through the city, Jorland leads you to a section on the campus of the Alabaster Lyceum and into a what is definitely the office of a professor of archaeology. There are old ancient books and vases and pottery and art pieces and sculptures and tools, like ancient, what look like ancient tools that were dug up, and what look like old, rusted out weapons and armor pieces, and just all the kind of crazy stuff that you would see in a professor's room or like at a museum somewhere or something like that. As he begins to dig around, he looks at you all, or, he kind of starts speaking to all of you and says, um, I'm not, I understand what it is you're trying to accomplish. I'm not completely, dense to the fact of the threat that is out there. You'll forgive me, especially being a part of the Relic Seekers Guild, finding this particular artifact has been the sole focus of my life for the past 15 years or so.
I understand. Don't want to get in the way of your quest. We also don't want to get in the way of you surviving.
I survived that place once. I think I can do it again. I'm more concerned about all of you walking away from it, to be quite honest.
Foreshadowing, guys.
I don't think you quite understand the dangers that this island can put forth.
And we are not.
Now,
sorry.
Especially now with the top ranking of the Voskyrus elite now not knowing where they are, where or when they are in the world, intending to rebuild their empire.
Well, you're very good about knowing about ancient legends, but apparently living ones elude you. So we're kind of
take inspiration.
we kind of
the shit
sometimes. Yeah, we kind of come in clutch pretty hard most of the time.
Don't get me wrong. You just look like you can all hold your own. I just
hold our own. We've killed 2 dragons.
Yes, and well, I know not about them, but I at least know something of the Osiris, somewhat.
You do.
Yes.
He kind of stops looking through his artifacts and kind of perks up and looks over. Where did you study the Vosk? I thought I was the only one who really had any sort of expertise on that ancient empire on this continent.
I go over to Fike and say, she's going to blow his mind in a couple seconds, I can guarantee it.
I'm simply part of my world teaching. Forgive me. Just like looking to Fike Carnoxus for help with Biero.
Go ahead and tell him, Renata. You can tell him.
Do you want us to tell him? Or...
I was honestly not expecting.
She's older than she looks. Let's leave it at that.
Yes.
Well, good genes. Congratulations on that.
Giving Bureau a thank you.
That's not what we meant. That's
Yeah.
not what we meant. So do you know the thing about the Tarask? You know that thing? The thing that
Yeah.
we're trying to. Okay,
Yes,
so
I'm aware.
she comes from a time where they roamed wild.
Noxus, not wild. I don't believe they've never been wild, but
Are you come from a time? Well, I don't think I'm quite following.
I suppose you would call me from the age of Arcanum.
His eyes get big.
Sorry. Looking very awkward. But I doth not belong in a museum, I pray you. Super awkward the entire moment he talked about that.
That is a high five from Fike right there. Go British.
Of course not. You're telling, and he kind of finally, he's looking, he opens a drawer and finally here, and he walks over to you, Bureau, and hands you, what looks to be like a small, like little personalized idol. You might almost call it like a holy symbol or something. It's about that size of like a holy symbol that like someone like Noxus would hang around their neck, but you don't recognize any deity that it's tied to. But it just looks like the head with the open hood of like a cobra.
Sinister. But thank you.
Yeah, it looks to be like it's just carved out of stone.
I will
Simple.
deliver this back to you upon our arrival.
I appreciate that. But you mean to tell me that you, through some like those in Voskyrus, come from a different, like, were you put to a similar arcane sleep, or did you travel? Like, what? How? I have so many questions.
I wish I had the time to answer them, but
Well,
I suppose
we're gonna have plenty of time
Unfortunate.
together coming up soon. It sounds like.
I suppose so.
And
Uh,
so where are we headed to first?
Hey,
A new land
Old Draconia.
called Drakinia.
Ah,
Nox, you really got to learn the
Formerly
name of
known
the
as
place you live.
Draconia.
familiar with.
You interrupted me. I was about to say it.
As he goes to look it up.
You're right.
I'm familiar with it. We should get going then. Yes.
Yes.
Should we go to the Lyceum so we don't have to waste your chalk?
Why would that not waste my chalk?
Because there's already a sigil there.
True.
Don't I still have to use
It's
the
already
component?
drawn.
If you're not using if you were to step onto a circle to teleport to another circle, you don't have to use the material components.
Oh, cool. Then yeah,
Oh.
let's do that.
Good to know.
So yes. All right. So you
Only
guys
use
head
them when
back.
we
For
are
the
in the
Denver
middle of
airport.
nowhere.
Yeah. You guys head back. You guys are already at the Lyceum, but just in a different section. So you head up to the Traverse Junction, which is where all the teleportation sigils are. You get granted access to one. You still have to cast the spell and use the spell slot. But
Yep.
yeah. As you go into one of the rooms, you cast Circle of Teleportation.
I
Bureau.
do. And
As you
take us
all
to Drakinia.
you step through the arcane gateway as your essences are sucked through the teleportation magic, spitting you out in Drakinia.
Oh wait, we gotta give him the gold. We gotta give him the gold.
You are in a. You are in what appears to be a quiet stone room. The decor and the architecture remind you of the council hall that you guys spent so much time in, debating. This is all new to you.
Yeah. Ren's just
Ren,
like
for the
looking around, trying to like gain a sense for it. Huh.
yeah, but for the most part, yeah, you guys find yourself there, and as the gate finishes opening, you watch as you see two dragonkin in like guards garb kind of turn around and see all of you appear, as they, because you're in like a small room that has like an that's like just big enough to fit the teleportation circle, and there appear to be a pair of guards that kind of stand at the entrance as they kind of turn and look at you and kind of cross their spears with one another. And one of them says in Draconian, um, "You were, you were not expected. Speak your business."
We are here to see. Oh man, let me go through the.
Haran.
Run.
Haran.
Run, Rex.
Haran is expecting us.
And we have the payment that was agreed upon for my return.
They look at you confused, and one of them turns to the other, and he kind of he's like, "Wait here," and the other one kind of leaves to like probably talk to one of their superiors. You get the sense that these guys are like, just kind of guards.
They don't know
They're
shit.
yeah, they don't know. like like they get a schedule at the beginning of the day of, expected uses of the circle of people showing up or whatever, and you guys are not on the schedule. So they're, just doing their precautions. A couple minutes go by, with Jorland and Draconian kind of chatting up the guard.
What's he
Just
saying to the guard?
he's asking him a bunch of questions that the guy has no idea the answers to, of this relief of a historical event that's carved into the one wall.
Jorley, cut him a break.
What? It's
Jolly. Like that.
I go over to Bureau
Jorland.
and I
What?
try to keep Bureau and myself far away from Jorlin, and I go, we're not really giving him the shield, right? You were just
Let's save that problem for later.
Bureau.
And
I love you.
that is a post-Tarask problem. That's a problem for future Nox, and he's a dick, and he'll have to deal with his own consequences later.
Yes, he will. He'll probably be back in Drakinia. It is in a museum. It's in a museum in Drakinia, where it belongs.
It's not long before the guard comes back, escorted by a familiar face.
You're not.
Nox, don't think with your dick.
Right. I know. I'm gonna do my best. Hi, how are
Callbacks.
you?
I'm not going to lie. It does me good to see all of you. Welcome back to Drakinia.
It's a good name.
Bit awkward. Kind of seen her before, probably, but not actually met her.
This is Ren.
Oh,
Hello.
she kind of gives you what is a traditional Drakinian greeting, which is kind of like that Roman like fist on the chest, slight bow salute.
Do the same.
She says, "Welcome to Drakinia." She looks over at you, Nox, and kind of tries to stand up a little bit straighter and proper, and says, "It's good to see you again, Noxus."
He smiles and says, "It's really good to see you as well." So for business sake and brevity's sake, I hold up the bag that of money that I'm supposed to. Who are we supposed to give this to?
She kind of reaches out and takes it, and I can take care of it.
Okay, and it was 1,500.
It was.
Okay.
What was so important that you needed to come back home?
Well,
Walk and talk. We have cards.
yeah. I think that's important. Is there a way we can get the council, and as we're walking, is there a way we can get an emergency
The
council meeting?
council doesn't exist anymore.
A republic? I don't know. Okay.
Whoever's in charge.
Yeah. Can we speak with
That's
people in charge?
yet to be decided. You've come to us at a time of transition. There is currently, as a matter of fact, it's a rather auspicious today. There is currently an election taking place.
Oh, great. This is going to be amazing. Oh boy. Who's running?
Your mother, for one.
Oh, yay.
Hardly the time for your mama jokes.
Your mama's so presidential.
I think she was being serious this time, Bureau.
Even her dollhouse white.
Yes. Well, I'm. Strangely, the way it was agreed upon, there is no head of the state today. Um, there, it had been narrowed down to. Excuse me. It had been narrowed down to two people. Your mother is running for the title, the position that was agreed upon was steward of. Translated into the common tongue, it is translates to steward of the people.
Okay. And who's the other?
Chaseth, I believe you will remember him.
Okay. And is it the same, or is he looking for a different name?
No, that is the name of the office that they seek to hold.
Okay. Is Mom winning?
We don't know. Like I said, the election is actually being held today. She holds up her finger, which has like a black spot like on her finger.
Oh, you voted. Okay. Wait. Can I vote?
Unfortunately, no, not until your banishment has ended.
I believe it's everyone's right to vote.
Yes. But
Not the
Yes,
felons.
the
Not-
right of every citizen in good standing. And when his banishment is complete, he will be allowed to vote in the next election, which, from what I understand, are to be held every 10 years.
Oh wow,
that's not bad.
Oh, right.
All right. Well, is my mom around, or is like?
She is at her home,
Okay. So here, let me give.
awaiting the results with Dinar.
Okay, let me give you the rundown as we walk to her, and
Okay.
I will
As
tell
she
her
begins-
every.
She leaves the other two guards behind as she begins to escort you through the streets of Drakinia to your mother's and Dinar's humble homestead at the top of the ravine.
And by the time we get there, and that is why we need Drakinia's help. Yes, I know it's a lot to take in.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Helena, big mood.
Bureau.
He beat me by like 4 seconds, guys. I was like, I'm gonna wait for someone else to knock it out of the park. And Barrow picked up, swung it. Good job.
Big dick swing.
That's a lot to take in.
I know. And if we don't do something, eventually they're gonna come here, and
How do
history's
you
gonna
know
repeat
that?
itself. How do I know that? There's a bridge from Whitestone to us,
Well, there's a bridge
and
from Whitestone to Wildmount, but look, I understand your plight, and if it were up to me, I would have mustered the troops already. According to your mother, if she wins this election, she intends to make me the head of the Draconian Knights.
that's wow. That's holy cow.
Congratulations.
Well, this is no time for congratulations yet. I believe if Chathis wins, he intends to make me the. I believe the term is dog catcher. He's not a fan.
He's a dick.
Yeah, but you're
He's a dick,
awesome.
but yes, he is rather terse and abrasive, but he does care about the people and what is in their best interest.
I don't see why you not being the leader of the Draconian Knights is the right choice. But to each his own.
I appreciate your support. And she kind of, slaps your back a little bit. Affectionately, like squeezes your shoulder.
Affectionate people, affectionate lizard folk.
Yeah, you can
Um,
tell that this culture is not a very
Draconians.
affectionate. They're not very affectionate.
Draconians, yes.
No, I'm insulting them.
Their affection is often in private.
Yes.
There's a lot of tail holding. It's very.
Yeah, they did the whole thing from Avatar.
But it's the odds are good. We're confident that your mother will be victorious.
I just hope we don't have the same thing that happened with what's his name, and there's collusion. I'll be so upset.
Nathea?
Oh, speaking of Nathir, I had to kill him again.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, that demon bitch came back alive, and we had to fight her, and she brought Nathir back from the dead.
You lead an awfully interesting lifestyle, Noxus. Your friends and you get into quite a bit of trouble, it seems.
I would say that's an understatement.
A simple woman who, I mean, I only, charge into battle headfirst on the back of a wyvern. It seems rather boring when you compare it to the things you get up to.
No, you're pretty badass.
But anyway, I do have to tell you this probably. Your mother had mentioned that if she were to win, she intended on pardoning you and allowing you to return to Draconia before your entire. She'd been doing it in private to me, not publicly, but before your entire banishment sentence went to its fulfillment. I have, and I hope you'll understand, I've quietly pleaded with her not to do so. Not because I don't want to see you, obviously, that is not the case, but it is something that the last thing we need is rumors and reason for people to think our new leader corrupting favors for family members like the old draconian regime putting certain people above the law. If she brings it up, I would ask that you dissuade her from such actions. Faith
I
in
understand.
her, faith in her. People need to have faith in her intention of justly leading us and applying the law to all dragonkin equally, and not holding special favors for those of a certain status or position. I hope you'll agree with me.
I do. I don't like it, but yeah, I agree.
Well, of course, neither do I. I wish that you could come and stay as often as you like.
That's what you said.
But she kind of blushes a little bit and says, but we are people of positions of responsibility, and these things need to be put first.
He just kind of looks at her and nods, and then he will kiss her on her forehead. Is like, let's go talk to my mom.
She's and you walk up to the door is there in front of you.
I knock on the door.
You watch as Dinar opens the door, and you see a big smile crawl across his face as he sees you, and he says, "Noxus, it's we knew you were coming back. Your mother has she's been baking out of nerves quite a bit today." As he kind of turns to the side, you can see the small kitchen area that you guys were in previously. There's just like all the table and counter space is taken up with like different kinds of fruit pies and cobblers and muffins. And like she's been at it since this morning.
Well, there are
Hey,
worse habits to have.
Yeah. Hey, mom, do you need an endless pit to eat all this? Because I can do that for you.
Oh, and she comes over and she's like, Noxus, Maximus, you're home. And she comes running over and kind of grabs you by the face and gives you a kiss on each cheek and pulls you in for a hug. And she says, come. And she like whisks you inside. And Vanya wastes no time digging into
Yeah, makes sense.
the first pastry that he sees. She's like, please, all of you, come in. Oh, I recognize some of your faces. Some of you are new. What happened to that little one that talked in your head? The one with the foul language.
Oh, she is part of the relic seekers now.
I don't know what that is.
They look for very rare items, mom, artifacts that
Oh,
need to be in a museum.
Just trying to get on Jorlin's good side.
Jorlin's just kind of nodding. As he
Yes, this is Jorlin. He is also a part of that Seekers Guild. He is helping us find Honor's Last Stand, one of Bahamut's greatest weapons given to mankind. And he kind of gestures to Renata and says, "This is the one I told you we tried to save, and we saved her."
Yeah, Ren's gonna do what he'll not. It is nice to meet you, madam. And in Draconic.
She kind of just walks up to you with her hands kind of clutched in front of her chest a little bit. She kind of looks you up and down, waits for you to finish your little salute, and with a smile, she just kind of reaches in and goes for a hug.
Just does one of the, I don't know what to do with this. Noxus.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
Hey, Renata.
All eight charisma.
Yeah,
My
she's
mom's
just-
a hugger.
This is where I
She-
get it from.
She
see.
senses your discomfort and just kind of leans in. Is like, you'll get used to it. Don't worry.
He
Just
hasn't.
Yeah, Mom, if she's not used to it with me, she'll never get used to it.
She says, "Come, you must be starving from coming back from the dead." And she sits you down in front of like 3 pies and says, "You're not allowed to leave until you finish all of them."
Pardon?
Renata, listen, if you
You need to put
if you
some
want
meat on your bones. You're nothing but skin and bones.
Fike will help eating the pies
Thank you.
without
Listen,
her
Renata.
noticing.
Just like the skin and bones thing, like looks checks. Is it?
Renata, if you value your life and don't want to go back to the dead, please, please, for the love, all that is holy of Bahamut, please eat something,
Of
anything.
course. Oh, just get to work slowly.
We'll do. This is a reminder for everyone. Show everybody Mama Noxus
Mama
Noxus's
Noxus.
mom.
and his new dad.
Did they get married? Did they get married?
Make a perception check.
Look for the rings!
Yeah.
Or look for
I'm
the
looking
tail
for
rings.
that ring.
Look for the tail
Actually, no,
rings.
Yeah, let's make that a thing. It's a tail ring. No, yeah, Noxus is looking for the rings. That was like literally the first thing he was thinking about when he walked in.
Indeed, there is a ring on your mother's left hand.
I'll go up to Dinar and I'll be like, "Thank you for finally doing that."
I wanted to ask your permission, but you're on another continent and couldn't come home. So
When you told me you loved her, that was permission enough.
we haven't actually had the ceremony yet. We were planning on waiting until your banishment was over.
Oh.
That's fine with me.
As your mother kind of pipes in, she's like, "Now, a mother knows these things. You all seem a bit harrowed and distraught. What was so important that you had to come pay a fine to speak to us in person?"
The end of the world.
Yep, pretty much.
Just halfway through a bite of pie and then just slowly chews.
You guys really know how to ruin an appetite, like both of you.
Yeah. My mom's pretty straight to the point. I don't like to beat around the bush with her, so.
For what you beat a bush?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, that's another saying, Renata. Beat around the bush.
It's to get the birds out.
Yeah, just go right straight to the point.
Yeah, it's to
Take
not,
that new book.
Yeah, it's not beating around the bush. Don't beat around the bush. Beat the bush directly. It's an old hunting term. It's to get straight to the point of something. Stop. No need to, for preambles and leading up to it. Just get to the point.
Right. So getting to the point, there's this thing called a Tarrasque, and Noxus
I
will
don't know
go
what that
into.
is.
Noxus will then go into the whole story that he gave Helena,
Okay.
and
Which
obviously
you
the
don't have
party
to give
will
me the
fill
whole
in.
story, but if you want to give me, just so I have an idea of what she's being told, like what information she is being given. Like, is there
Noxus would
anything
be
that's
giving
being
her.
left out,
He would be.
or
Yeah.
anything that you're kind of spinning in a certain way, or just
Noxus would. Do you want me to do it in character or out of character?
either is fine. Just give me a run, like the cliff.
Yeah, for brevity's sake, Noxus will
Spark notes.
say, there is this ginormous creature who's being controlled by the hobgoblins. They're trying to take over Taldore. There's a good chance that they are going to try and take over the rest of Exandria. This thing has destroyed half of Singorn before Singorn had disappeared to the Feywild. We are mounting an offense in Craghammer. They enslave people, and we believe that that is what they're going to do, not just destroy the world, but to enslave the world. And we have been tasked to stop it and go get these things called the Vestiges, and we need the Draconians' help in more ways than one, and to
be able to stand, be able to stand and fight this thing, we need the Draconian Knights to stand with us in our time of need, and not just the Draconian Knights, but even the sorcerers and all aid that can be lended. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it, and pretty much just tell her our plan.
I was hoping my first decisions as the steward of the people would not be so dire.
I wish I didn't have to
I
bring you
ran
this
a
news.
campaign of unification and rebuilding, not sending our best and brightest off to war.
I know it's not what you want to hear, and it's not what I want to say, but if we don't stop this now, and I mean honestly, if we don't stop this, it's going to continue, and I
I
fear
don't.
what they're going to do to us
She kind of
and
puts
our people.
her hand up, and I don't doubt. I don't believe you're exaggerating, or that you, and I don't doubt the danger that it is. That's just no leader wishes to send her people into harm's way. It's even harder to explain when it's not to the people, when it's not in direct defense of what is theirs. I don't.
Well, I spoke with Topher Bertoris, and honestly, Mom, we owe Taldore everything. We wouldn't be where we are without them. I mean, they saved our culture, and what they could have done is they could have just left us, and we could have been roaming band of tribes, and you and I we probably would have died, because I mean, you remember what the you remember what the camps were like. Imagine if we didn't have any of the Taldore people there to protect us. Dad was gone, and I was too young to protect you. I mean, who knows what would have happened? I mean, we owe Taldore quite a bit for help.
I agree. It's just. I was hoping this wouldn't be my first. Something like this wouldn't be my first proclamation as steward of the people.
I know. I wish I didn't have to ask you to do this. And honestly, I wish the council was still here so we could vote on it, which would be a lot easier. But
Oh, the council will still exist as advisors to the steward, and responsibilities will be doled out for different. I don't mean to bore you with the politics of the government that we've decided, we've all agreed upon building here. Um, there will be still a council that advises the steward and is responsible for certain aspects of society, like stewarding the art and culture of our people, stewarding, military leaders, and those that are masters of the economy, and those that see to our agricultural needs, and so on and so forth, and the masters of the rebuildings, particularly architecturally, and other, anyway, I sorry, it seems to be all I talk about these days. I'm so steeped in it on a daily basis.
Though we all enjoy this. Is Ren's pies done? Like he's been stuffing his face.
Make a Constitution save, Ren.
Oh
Or
God.
Constitution check.
Oh, just a check.
could she
you
have
make-
advantage? Can she have advantage since Spike's been helping her?
No, she could have advantage if she wanted to use her enhance abilities from her sword.
She's not that petty.
She's not
But
that.
I do have a chat inspiration though.
You can use it if you'd like.
Why not? Yeah, I'm good.
Indomitable.
You're through.
It's not a
It's a
save.
check, not a save. You are through 1.5 of the pies.
She's gonna probably like swipe a little bit and take it out to crackle.
But she says, "Well, if the election goes in our favor, you will have the forces you need. But we won't know that until the morning. So I'm going to do what a mother does. You all look like you are in need of rest and care, and to take your minds away from the troubles of the world, at least for one night, and instead bury those troubles in baked goods.
Well,
And you can rest here tonight, and we can deal with the troubles of the world in the morning."
are you guys all right with that? I mean, it's safer here than it would be in Lemne Lay to sleep.
I'm going out.
Okay. Bye, Fike.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yes, it would be best for your magic, right, Piero? In dealing with
Yes, it would.
Snemo.
I got a 48-hour reprieve, right?
Yes. You have a
Awesome.
2-day pass.
Mom, I'll be right back, and I gotta go. I gotta go do some stuff, and I will.
As you get
I'll
up to
grab-
leave, you can see Vanya is into his third pie.
Don't worry, Mom. Vanya will eat. I will be back. I promise. Don't worry. You will see.
Vanya's going strawberry rhubarb all day.
He's like, Mrs. Noxus, can you please tell me more about your son so I can make fun of him later?
He also gets to eat
but,
for Arani's sake.
Is
he
there
will.
cardamom and cinnamon in this? Are you kidding me?
I'll try to
Nutmeg?
use that to sneak out some pie to crackle.
Yeah.
So not
Dinar is just thrilled that there's people here to eat all this stuff.
He's like, thank you. Oh my
like,
gosh.
We were just going to have to throw this into the compost heap out back, but now it might actually get eaten.
So Noxus will stand
Right,
up and he will.
So yeah, Fike walks out the door. Nox, you stand up to go after him. Is anybody
No,
else?
that's not what I was gonna do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Noxus takes Hillenot by the hand and walks her out and whispers in her ear, "Give me 10 minutes. You and I are gonna go do something," and then he will go after Fike.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, so
Like,
she just
what a
kind
big boy.
of looking confused. So you go in to chase after Fike. And I don't think that Fike's like running away, so you catch up to him.
Not running. Heading into the ravine.
As he gets like maybe 30 feet, I'll kind of scurry up to him and dash, if you will, and get to him and kind of put my arm around him like, "Hey, buddy, you all
What's up?
good?
Yeah, I'm
You
fine.
good? You sure?"
Yeah, I'm just gonna go into town, check on some of the people, buy some of that nice fruit that we got last time, and I'll try to hook up with someone.
Okay. Insight check.
Make an insight check.
It's gonna be
He's
terrible.
definitely gonna hook up with someone.
And it's terrible.
No reason not to believe him.
Sus.
What? Why?
All right.
What? You don't believe me? Nox, I told you I don't lie to you. If I planned on fucking going into town, do you think I'm planning on going into town, finding Scorn in a cell, breaking in with the infiltrator's key, slitting his throat while he sleeps? You think that what my plan was?
I mean, now I do.
All right. Well, I take the infiltrator's key off and I hand it to him, and he goes, "Well, now I can't do that, right?"
I don't want, dude. I trust you. It's okay. Like,
Apparently not.
I
And I
just
put it back on.
Fike.
What?
I look at Hillenot and I look back at him. As like, Are you okay with me?
Knox,
I
I've never been
I
more
don't-
happy for you.
Okay. Thank
Ever.
you. I
You are
appreciate
going.
that.
You are going to make. After all this, you are going to make the best dad in the world. I swear by it.
And hey, you deserve happiness too. Go find it. You understand me?
Yes. Why do you think I'm going to go hook up with someone in a draconian town,
Good.
a
Go have fun.
dragonkin town, whatever?
And he slaps his face. He says, "I love you, idiot."
I love you too, big guy.
And then he will go back to Helena.
Okay. What's Spike going to do?
I'm gonna go kill Scorn. No.
God dang it.
No. I literally will go into town if the market is open. I want to buy something very nice for us for breakfast. That Hillenot, or not Hillenot, that Dinar does not need to cook. And then I will go to whatever constitutes a bar, brothel, pub, ale house, and I will try to charm someone into bed.
Okay. Just make a general charisma check. Yeah. Without too much trouble, the market it's starting to get towards the end of the day. So the market is still open, though a lot of the shops are starting to kind of like pack up. And from since the last time you've been here, it's less like stalls and more storefronts. Like reconstruction has been advancing, and they are making progress. Don't get me wrong, there's still quite a few stalls and what look like temporary like tent things set up and stuff like that, but there are more storefronts than the last time you were here, and you are able to find everything that you seek this evening. Um, uh, Back at the Rex estate, um, is there anything that anybody else would like to do? Any conversations that you would like to have this evening, or not? Is there anything specific that you're looking to do, or we can just infer what's going on?
I mean, if you want to infer, yeah, Knox will take her on a date, and he
Yeah.
will take her to like a place where he used to stargaze as a kid,
Uh-huh.
and they'll watch the stars, and whatever happens, magic happens.
Like, well, it's not that like we have to. It's just we don't. We can. It's like a
Brevity's sake, it
PG-13
doesn't
movie.
matter.
Like the kiss happens, and then it just kind of like fades to black. You kind of just,
And then
there's
everyone
their
assumes what
imagination.
happens.
Yeah, and then everybody assumes what happens.
Mhm.
But yeah, you take her on a walk. You guys talk about everything except the craziness that's going on in the world, so that you guys can, she doesn't want to talk about Draconian politics. You don't want to talk about what's going on in the world, and you just kind of want to enjoy each other's company. And eventually you take her to this one spot at the edge of the ravine where you used to go learn the constellations on how you would sail and stuff, and you look up at the
Mhm.
stars, and it's a very romantic and nice evening that you guys have. Back at the Rex estate, is there anything else specific going on?
Well, seeing those two go off, what are you going to do, Biero?
I may take a nap.
How many pies has Bureau had?
Probably two. He's not a large guy, but
Yeah.
he's stress eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right then. And she's going to take probably another something small and head outside by Crackle and put it down by him. Apparently, Noxus's mother is very forceful about her baking, but it is very good. And then
You get a sense of agreement and understanding. Like I've been there.
yeah, and she's gonna probably like, if it's getting like sundown or something like that, probably just like sit outside by Crackle and just kind of look up at the sky and like, Unfortunately, it seemeth as if neither of us was able to be here with them last time, so it is good to see it now. But perhaps better to get a full view. And eventually, probably stand up, see if she can jump up on Crackle and try to get a bird's eye view of Drakinia.
Sure.
Oh,
You
wow.
hop up onto Crackle and you take to the sky. And what you see is interesting. The majority of the civilization appears to be being reconstructed out of this like Grand Canyon like ravine. There are structures on the floor in the middle, but it's almost like ancient Petra, as in the walls of the ravine on either side. It's like the structures are carved into it, and is built vertically. Um, there is the ravine leads out to the far end to a small port and harbor that connects to the Lucidian Ocean, or not the Lucidian Ocean. The
No, it's the Lucidian.
is it the Lucidian?
Isn't the
I'm not
Osmond Sea? The
sure.
Osmond Sea's on where Amon is, isn't it?
I'm checking. Hold on. To
It's all the same body of water. Doesn't matter.
uh, yeah, to the Lucidian Ocean. It's just from a different angle than you're used to looking at it from. And at the other end of the canyon, where it kind of comes to a point, there's just still like all this huge pile of rubble of of what looks like to you, because you've probably seen something like it before long ago in your past, a crashed, what was probably a crashed flying city.
It's kind of frowning
on
seeing
the
that.
top, yeah, on the top plateaus of the ravine, for the most part, is forest and farmland, fruit orchards and pastures.
Kind of looking it over, and everything continues to be rebuilt constantly. Things can be rebuilt. Even after this. I hope. People cannot.
You get a sense of agreement and reassurance from Crackle, and a feeling of things are unimportant. People is what needs to be safeguarded.
Agreed. Just hope we can save enough of them. I'm sorry about Lady Keyleth. That was almost you, and no, I'm going to focus. I need to focus right now. But this doth give me perspective, so thank you.
You do sense a great loss and a mourning from Crackle.
Give kind of a hug at that, and
There's that feeling of personal loss from Crackle, but it's almost overridden by a a loss to the world. Like, yes, it's a personal loss for him, but it's more of a loss for Exandria.
I understand.
That kind of a bereavement.
And we shall work to hopefully make sure that doth not happen again. Let's go back and rest, shall we?
Crackle flies you back down to the Rex homestead. Anything else before you guys go to bed?
Because I haven't today, I would like to cast Greater Restoration on myself,
Okay.
just to see if it clears anything.
You cast Greater Restoration on yourself, I'm assuming from the prayer beads.
Yes, on the prayer beads.
I think that's the only way you have access to it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But you cast it on yourself. Was there something specific you were expecting to be lifted?
Fike's been thinking about whether or not Basvir fucked with his head.
So you're specifically targeting that then with the
Yes.
all right, with the Greater Restoration. As you do, a old and deeply rooted enchantment is lifted. A modification of your memory. What you now recognize is the two things. One, the thing that you're hoping is released but isn't, is the reasoning for doing the heist was still your own. That wasn't forced upon you. That wasn't something that magic compelled you to do. The recognition of Basvir for what he was, is what was suppressed.
I will kick whoever I charmed into bed out of bed, and I will go to sleep alone.
Okay. The morning comes. All of you wake in your different places, strewn about the small homestead that is the Rex estate. Coming to consciousness, to the smell of freshly baked muffins and pancakes.
Eventually, she's gonna run out of ingredients. Eventually.
It's the flour mill behind the house.
Damn it!
Says otherwise.
Yes.
Yeah, Renata, you misunderstand. My mother is prepared to always make food. Why do you think I'm so big?
Not gonna say anything.
You guys come to consciousness.
I thought that was the mayonnaise.
You guys.
Oh, it has a lot to do. It has a lot to do with the mayonnaise.
You guys come to consciousness and come around the breakfast table, realizing that Fike is not among you still. Apparently, he did not come home last night.
Damn it, Pike.
I'll wander in at some point in the morning.
Later.
Hey, Pike.
Morning. Oh, pancakes, my favorite.
Hey, Fike, did you end up killing Scorn or just kidding, man? I know you did.
Yeah, no,
What?
I told you. It's a joke.
Inside joke. Inside joke. Inside joke. It's all right, guys. He didn't go and do it.
Are these
everything all right?
blueberry? Fantastic.
As a matter of fact, they are blueberry and walnut.
Fuck.
Mom.
Yes.
Mom, please tell me you have my favorite fruit. Please, please, please. I haven't had it in a while.
She slides you over some pancakes with your favorite fruit in them.
Ah, thank you. And then he realizes he's acting like a kid in front of Helena, and he's like, in his head, he's like, oh shit.
Actually, Hillenot's not there.
Okay. I didn't know if
She
came over
had
from-
responsibilities in the city that she had to see to in the morning, but said she would catch up with you later.
What's Jorlin been doing?
Jorland is just kind of hanging out. He's anxious to get on with what he's there for, but he does, he understands what you're doing, and he understood that this was going to happen beforehand, so he's just kind of, trying to stay in the background.
It's like, yeah, don't rush us, man. Don't push us.
I mean, they have an archaeological dig here. There might be some historical value to something in the city that you would like to see.
Sorry, what?
I mean, this is.
Why did you tell him? Why did you tell
What do
him?
you mean? Why did I tell him? He looks bored. He hasn't touched his pancakes.
Yeah, he's gonna take it and he's gonna bring it to the relic seekers. Like,
no, he has no control here. This is part of Draconia, and he can take all the charcoal rubbings that he wants. Well,
just different name, Fike. Different name, Fike.
Draconia.
I'm being disrespectful.
At least
insight check. Is Spike being shady for a reason?
At least
he just came back suddenly. Back suddenly. He's being all weird.
A familiar wooden spoon covered in pancake batter smacks Fike on the forehead.
Oh!
Whoa! The hair. Come on. All right, fine.
I love you, Mom.
And then a plate of more blueberry walnut pancakes is slid in front of you.
She's a good woman.
The door eventually slams open. As you can see, Hillenot in the doorway, kind of bent over, breathing heavily, like she just done quite a bit of running.
Are you all right? You good?
She's kind of puts a finger up and is like, trying to catch her breath.
Grab water from the table. Bring it over to her.
Drink the whole thing.
Mayonnaise.
Give her a jar of mayonnaise.
She finally stands up straight, looks over at you, Noxus, and then look over at Haran and says, "Congratulations, steward."
Hooray!
Mom, you won?
Yes, she won.
Congratulations.
Oh, dang.
Madam.
Does that make... Wow. Does that make me a political figure now, too? I'm not very good with politics, Mom.
Noxus, Helena says, "You're already a pretty big religious figure in Draconia, in the ravine. So
probably best to separate church and state,
Yeah,
Noxus.
Yes. I know you haven't really been around, but it's a good thing that you didn't wander through the town last night. How should I put this? Your legend has kind of grown since you left.
Wait, you're saying I'm famous?
He who, I believe it goes as, he who smited the fiends and cast them out from Draconia.
Oh, I need to sit down. Oh boy, yeah, I'm glad I did not go down there.
Oh, did I get pity laid? This is bullshit now. They kept asking to go backstage. I had no clue what it meant. I was like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I believe the story,
backstage means something different for Fike.
The story actually refers to his companions as his disciples.
Uh-huh.
So I did not make up this story, guys. I swear to you, it wasn't me.
Ren is very glad she wasn't there.
Take it down a notch, Knox.
I'm just making sure that the record states. That's all. This is news to me. I'm freaking out a little bit.
No.
It's good, you'll give it time to die down a little bit while you're off saving the world again. Anyway,
Yeah.
Haran, you need to come to the council chambers to be sworn in and meet with the council for the first time and appoint the council and take up the council's first order of business as she kind of gestures to the rest of you.
Right.
Count on your support.
Haran stands up away from the kitchen and comes over and says, I don't break promises to my son.
Thank you, Mom.
Where should I
Oh.
send them?
To Craghammer.
If you wish to stay the rest of the day, I should have a more specific accounting of what we can send. I understand if you need to leave, though.
I think this is probably where we would take our leave. I think the night has done us well, and we need to move quickly.
All right. If there's a way for you to contact me at the end of the day, I can give you a full accounting of what you can expect.
Certainly. Should Knox will it, I, as one of his disciples, will make it happen.
Oh man, I'm never gonna live this down. Oh boy.
Chosen one, now a disciple.
Very well. Haran, or not Haran, Helenot. I believe you and Dinar will need to escort me to the council chambers. So, Maximus, this is where we're going to say goodbye for now.
Yeah, until the end of my banishment.
Or
I will
my
see you again.
first official state visit to Whitestone.
Yes, if you are there and I am there, you will see me for sure.
I had better.
If I am there, I will make a room for you specifically.
I think you can try one more time.
Just tell me when you're in Whitestone.
And you will be there.
Yes, ma'am.
She kind of leans forward, gives you a little
Fucking
kiss on the nose.
smooth, Knox.
Gives you a little kiss on the nose and a deep hug and says, "Take care of yourself."
I will. Oh, Mom. It's okay if I stay banished for a while. It's all right. Okay?
She kind of looks over at Helenot, kind of looks away, looks back at you and kind of begrudgingly nods her head.
You'll see me in Whitestone. I promise. And then when the year is up, I will come home.
It's
Very
that
well.
kind of wisdom that makes us follow you, Knox.
And now I need to take my disciples to Lemnele.
I don't know where that is.
It's in the Underdark, Mom. Don't worry.
I'm sorry, what?
Anyways,
best.
we'll be safe and we love you, and I will see you in Whitestone when you are there.
Yes. All the best in your position, madam. Thank you for your kind
Yes.
hospitality.
You're gonna make a great leader.
Yeah, before you go, and she hands you all, like, to go
Bento boxes.
Doggy
like,
bags.
bag lunches that have like all your names written on
Dragon
the outside.
bento.
Um,
Why did you start with a
Um,
V?
but as you guys part ways, as Helena escorts with a contingent of Draconian knights, escort your mother and Dinar down to the council chamber to be sworn in as the steward of the people.
Yacht, let's go. Mom's
You are all
president.
Lemnele, then.
as you, as you are left standing in the front yard.
All right, Bureau, are you ready?
Whatever you wish, my lord.
I'm really never gonna live this down. Gosh dang it. All right, to Lemnele.
Shall we make our way back to the teleportation circle?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You gotta go back
Absolutely.
through the city.
Noxus, you may wish to use. Does
Right,
just
right, and I'll turn myself into Gator.
Who is a wanted criminal.
Oh,
in,
Never mind. I will turn myself into
Because America
old-
Most Wanted poster.
Scorn.
no,
No.
even worse. I will turn myself into a golden dragonborn. Yeah, golden dragonborn.
Here, good job.
Here,
Oh,
yeah.
crap.
God.
Okay, I will turn myself into a silver dragonborn.
There you go. As you guys
Yeah,
head
look-
back down into the ravine, you guys kind of catch the periphery of the celebration and the cheers as Haran is made steward of the people at the council chambers as she begins to give a speech on you catch the beginning of it that talks about the need to help those in the world who sought to help us to pay back debts uh, 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 to those who helped us when we were at our lowest, and now that we are no longer there, helping them when they are at their lowest. She begins to explain to them what is going on in Tel Dore and talking about what her first official act as steward of the people will be. As you guys step into the teleportation circle to go to Lemnele, yes?
Yes.
One more quick thing. Fike is going to take his Holy Avenger and put it over his back and make sure he ties his scimitar of speed to his side.
Okay.
So I look like I use it still.
Yes. With that, you step through the portal created by Biero. And for the first time in a very, very long time,
Oh no. I said I'd never come back. I said I'd never come back, but they pulled me right back in.
you find yourselves in the city of Lemnele.
Is it the Armna Namricon? Is that it?
Close.
Armna
The Omnipharmacon, yes.
Pretty close.
That is not where you are. You are in a pitch black room with a teleportation circle on the ground.
I will
Goggles down?
send to Empress Sinemo and say we have just teleported in and would beg your audience at your earliest convenience.
You don't get a response, but about a minute later, the door opens, and on
When
the
I
other
hear-
side,
When I hear anything happen, like motion happening outside the door, I'll cast glibness on myself.
okay. As you can see, as the door opens, you see 6 fully armored drow guards standing on the other side of the door.
Hello. We
Roll
are
initiative.
initiative.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I
Fuck
was
off!
like, wait, what?
I was so ready, motherfucker.
I was like, what?
I'm like, you want to catch this smoke right now?
Turning up to
Let
11!
me catch these hands, motherfucker.
Mike's like, let's go.
No, they're kind of clumped in front of the door until they kind of part. So there's like 3 on each side, and they kind of turn, giving you a path out of the room.
I head out through the path that they offer.
I follow.
I as well.
We're with the Pegasus. Sorry.
They kind of look at it, like kind of like really. As
Hey, all of us are here.
All of
As-
us are here.
Yes, on the other side, as you kind of come out, you can see one individual dressed in familiar garb, but a different woman. They're wearing the same vestments, I guess you would say, as if you'll recall Elisana Despar, the High Priestess of the Spider Queen. They're wearing the same vestments, but it is a different female drow, much
Oh, so there's a
younger
new-
looking.
So there's a new
What's
one.
that?
So there's a new one then.
Yes, it would appear that way.
We did kill the previous one.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Oh, I got you. Well, I thought we left. I thought we left with them already having a new one.
Mhm.
You did not.
Okay, that was my misunderstanding then.
As you get, you see her at the far side. She says, "I am to escort you to the Empress."
Lead the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Turns around and starts walking through the halls as you are escorted, kind of like surrounded on either side by the 6 heavily armed and armored soldiers.
I so wish I could ask Vanya if he's been to the Underdark.
No,
But
he has
but he's
not.
not here.
I can tell you that he has not.
Oh, okay.
You are led through several corridors until you are outside a set of familiar double doors that you know leads into the throne room. The same place where you did battle with the Drider, and the same place where you were awarded these certain items that you either do or do not still carry on you.
I stole my boots.
Some of you do, some of you do not. As the High Priestess turns around and kind of holds up a hand for you to wait, and says, "Your creature will have to remain here."
I understand. Just give a nod to Crackle.
Just
Me-
kind of.
Maybe it's best one of us stays out here with it then.
Jorland volunteers.
Damn
he
it.
would have so much to say.
It's best he not say it.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I think it's best that I probably stay out here with the winged horse. I don't think I really have any context for what's going to happen there, so
I know.
I don't really see the necessity for me to come in. Not to mention, he has already kind of wandered over to a wall that is got some sort of relief depicted on it that he's trying to make sketches of.
Fike will very obnoxiously say, as the bearer of light and him being my confidant, I expect the same amount of respect that would be dealt to me to him, please, and thank you.
The soldiers don't say anything. The high priestess just nods and turns and opens the double doors to lead you all inside.
Jolin, please don't touch anything, or break anything, or take anything.
He just kind of gives you one of these. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
The doors open, and you come in to the room, across which you see some familiar faces. You see, in all her glory, and no longer obviously wearing the rags and armor that you traveled with her through the Underdark in, but in much finer silks, a much finer silk gown with an exaggerated crown. The Empress Sinimo Sulume. Flanking her to her right is Sergeant Kreenan, the one who taught you how to fight mounted, Ren.
Mm.
And Lieutenant Malice on the other side, as the Sinimo's face curls into an ever so almost imperceptible grin as you guys approach, as you're led to about 15 feet short of the stairs, right at the bottom of the stairs that lead up to the throne. She stands to greet you all and says, "It has been a while since we have seen one another."
Certainly
You
has.
are more radiant than ever, Your Majesty.
"Oh, don't start with me, Bard. We only hear from you and see you again when you need something from us."
It's been a trying time since we left.
It's hard to save everywhere, and I will bow very deeply.
As will I.
as will I.
Vanya will not.
I kind of look out of the corner of my eye. I'm like, Vanya, please, please, just do it.
You will begrudgingly give the ever so slightest of bows. As you're kind of coming up back from your bow, Noxus, you can see Kreenan and Malice's hands kind of coming off the hilts of their blades, as Vanya gives the slightest little bow. As Sinimo looks down to you, Ren, and says, "I see you're still keeping these fools alive."
As best as I'm able, Empress, and they have kept me alive at some point. Quite literally.
Have they finally learned their place beneath you?
They have learned their place. And she's gonna leave it at that.
She kind of nods and sits back down. "So, the surface faces its own usurpers, and you seek our aid?"
We do.
Indeed.
"And what kind of aid is it that you seek from us?"
Well, there are two things that we would beg of you.
"I
One,
see the
obviously,
aid we've already provided you has for the most part been discarded." She looks around the group, not recognizing any of you, save one, any of you wearing the gifts that she gave.
going to take out the boots
I-
to still have them.
Do you though?
I
I'm
do.
pretty sure they're on Kursk.
Oh wait, shit, really? No, I'm pretty sure.
We
Kursk,
we
who
still
also
have
stayed
them.
out in with the
Ah.
horse.
The gift you gave me, Your Majesty, has been treasured by me for a long time, and I have reluctantly relinquished it to a greater cause.
As have I with my gift, Your Empress.
To advise your surface cousins of good faith. I have offered it to them. And so we would beg two things. One is, of course, military support of any kind you may be willing to offer to aid against this great foe. And two would be for any refugees that need to escape any aid and safe passage through the tunnels of the Underdark to other areas where they may reach the surface safely.
Make a persuasion check.
Do this thing. I'll take the 30.
Gotta love that glibness.
She leans back in her throne and says, "And where exactly is this fight to take place? My people do not do well in direct sunlight."
We are currently rallying to the home of the dwarves at Craghammer.
That did not answer my question.
Our best bet is that's where the fight will occur. If we can do it at night to aid your people or find other ways for your people to be of aid, any help will be appreciated.
We have at least one scout keeping eye on the enemy to learn their movements more specifically.
Only one.
A very good one.
Yes. They have very intricate means of seeing through detection, but that particular one has, well, he is using their own magic against them, of sorts.
And you trust this responsibility to a man?
I have heard many a story about this particular man. He walks in the shoes that we are now walking. Or he has. And I trust the women around him.
Ah. I still owe you a great debt. So your request shall be granted.
We are very grateful.
Sergeant Krenin will lead our Bat Knights to the surface to aid in your fight.
What of Lieutenant Malice?
Lieutenant Malice will ensure these pathways you seek refuge in are cleared of dangers in case you need to use them.
We have our deepest thanks, Empress.
I expect my favored soldiers will be welcomed at the lower gates of Craghammer.
We have a key woman leading one of the representing one of the lead families, who is negotiating just that as we speak.
Good. I expect that this puts us even.
I think that's more than reasonable, and I hope that this continues to lay the groundwork for stronger relationships between your people and the various people on the surface.
We shall see, won't we?
Of course. You're very gracious, Your Majesty.
Indeed I am. It has been nice seeing you all again.
Likewise.
Of course.
She turns to her left, and Lieutenant Malice kind of leans down so that she can speak into her ear. And when she stands up, Lieutenant Malice says, she kind of looks at her like, really? And then the Empress gives her a look of, are you questioning me?
right.
And yeah, and Lieutenant Malice stands up and says, and kind of waves her hand. And the throne room is cleared. And as the final door closes, as you are left in the room with just Sinimo, she looks back and forth, stands up and says, "Oh, I apologize for the theatrics, but I have to keep a certain appearance in front of the court.
Of
I
course.
am happy to see all of you again now."
It
Thank
is
you,
more than
Empress.
you're very kind.
I wish it
Oh,
were
I
under
have-
far better circumstances, but it is good to see you.
Have things been going well here?
Indeed, I have instituted a few reforms that I think that you would be fans of.
Oh,
Mm.
really?
Slave trade with the surface has been eliminated,
I am highly
and
impressed with that. Awesome.
and slowly but surely there have been a few reforms made to give the male members of our city a bit more rights and freedoms. With his, with what we can trust them with.
Of course.
Very kind.
I am gracious, am I not?
Most certainly.
And humble.
In,
Do not
indubitably.
push your luck, light bearer. This thing on the surface concerns me. How worried should I be?
the This thing that the hobgoblins have unearthed is a nightmare of legends. And if we don't manage to stop it, then there will be nothing that can stand against the hobgoblins.
Or it.
Yes. This is a creature from beyond my time, before me.
We do have leads that will hopefully put us in a position to put them down and stop them. But it is in everybody's interest to stand against this threat together.
Indeed. Have you met these hobgoblins and their creature on the field of battle yet?
We've met a few of the
What can you tell me of
commanders.
what can you tell me of their tactics and capabilities that I might share them with Sergeant Crennan?
So, I mean, I would tell them anything that I would know from my history. Like, we didn't when we infiltrated, the Iron Authority just now, or when we rescued Elsa, we didn't meet him on the field of battle, right? But
Sure you did.
We've met
No.
them on the field of
You've
battle in
met them on the field
Turst.
of battle
Yeah.
multiple occasions.
Turst,
in the workshop with
Yeah,
creepy
Vandrick.
voice guy.
Yep.
On the boat. In when we killed the dragon.
Mhm.
And your history with them alone, like we have a plethora of knowledge on them.
Mhm.
yeah, so I guess
We say that.
Yeah, we'd share all of
That.
that.
What do you say?
They have powerful magic users, and one who seems to be able to raise himself from the dead somehow. Very
Very
capable.
militaristic.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
very
say that again. Raise himself from the dead.
well.
Yep.
He's
I
some sort of lich.
Well, he was
It's
slain,
unclear.
and then he appeared again later.
Ooh, that's a good question. I never really thought of that. Oh, that's scary.
I would recommend before you leave the city, you go speak with arcane practitioners at the Omnipharmacon. They may be able to assist you in understanding this process. You say he was undead or not?
I don't think we checked. I don't think
Did
we
he
ever.
appear to be
He
undead
didn't
when we
appear.
saw him?
Did he
No,
look normal?
he looked like slightly younger and more fit.
Slightly younger. What the heck?
Out of character, I
Not
know.
greatly, but
Hmm.
like
Did he look exactly like himself?
yeah,
The way we saw him, just younger.
yeah. It'd be like if I came back, but instead of coming back at 36, I came back at like 26.
Like, you don't pull a Force Ghost as as Obi-Wan Kenobi. You want to pull the Force Ghost as Anakin. That's
They have very strong militaristic society and strong troops. And then I'll give her the full description of the Tarask as we've seen it.
And then we'll tell them about the
Navy.
I'm sorry, you were
lot.
both talking at once there. What did you say, Fike?
They have a Navy.
They have
a
a what?
Navy.
Oh, a navy. Sorry, you kept cutting out there for some reason. And then what were you saying, Knox?
I was gonna say we tell them about the amulet. That's the big giant amulet that's around the Tarask's neck, and that we actually have a small militia navy on our side as well, defending the waters.
And that the amulet was also on other creatures that they controlled. We're trying to figure out more about it right now.
And the amulet seems to control these things. We found 2 dragons with them, and once we destroyed one of them, the dragon seemed to come to his own volition and understand that something was wrong and asked why we were where we were. Like he had no idea what was going on. We think it to be a controlling device of some sort.
Yes, the hobgoblins are very much known for their slavery.
Did it look anything like this? And she goes behind the throne and pulls out what looks like a necklace with a big jewel on it, and she kind of tosses it to you, Ren.
Catch it and look it over. Does it assume it looks like somewhat similar, not exactly the same, or does it?
The only real difference is the size. This one looks like it could fit around your neck.
Almost exactly like this, but larger for the creatures.
Where did this come from?
This is a creation of the drow.
Wait, how did the hobgoblins get something of your creation?
That is an interesting question, one that I intend to find the answer to.
You don't think the previous imposter empress was working with the hobgoblins while she was on the throne, do you?
She doesn't say anything.
The bigger concern is somebody working with them now, and do they represent a threat to you, Your Majesty?
Yes.
That is the bigger question.
It's the cleared room.
Yes. Remember, someone was taking the place of one of the members of Amon. We stopped them.
Right.
Damn
There
it all.
Is there anybody you suspect?
Is there anything we can do to help you?
There's no one to give you an idea of how much I've been able to uncover. There's no one I don't suspect.
Well, that's reassuring.
I don't know who I can trust.
What aid can we offer you?
I don't know. What aid can you offer me?
Um,
I can make them speak the truth.
If we knew who they were.
Yes.
I can do it to a good amount of people.
We have learned about such things before through scrying. Yes, we scryed
Yeah.
on the person who was being impersonated and found that they were not where they should be.
yeah, I mean, we can scry on everyone in your cabinet and well, I mean, I can do it at least 3 a day, or 3 an hour. So yeah, we could do every single person and see where they are.
I've tried such things. I have such magic users at my disposal.
The hobgoblin magics.
Is there anyone you weren't able to scry on?
Unfortunate. Well, depending on how you look at it, fortunately or unfortunately, no.
Empress Sinimo, was it you who saw the scry, or was it someone explaining it to you?
I've no magical abilities.
I fear they no offense lied to you then, possibly, if you don't trust anyone.
You're speaking of the one person I do trust.
Oh, sorry. I did not mean to speak out of turn on that. It just sounded like there was no one that you trusted. I'm sorry.
Well, the new high priestess.
Unfortunately, in these times, it is better to be careful.
If it's simply a matter of revealing one person who might...
She scryed on several individuals and explained to me that there was nothing to worry about with them anyway.
I could leave if perhaps you have some components to spare, I could leave a glyph or two to at least alert you or warn you or identify a traitor in your midst.
What do you mean?
They have a spell that I could leave a glyph here in your throne room, and I could set it such that if someone were to step on it and were not to be loyal to you, something could happen to them.
What is this spell that you speak of?
Called Glyph of Warding. But it's sort of a single-use type thing.
I potentially.
I'll remind you that arcane practitioning is not my specialty. I have people for that.
I
I
may have
understand.
another idea, Biero, if there's time. Biero did not have the ability to scry that Noxus does when we were searching for something, but there is an item that allowed him to do so. It hath allowed me to cast magic as well. Perhaps you could scry on this person with it. You are the only one who would know the true, her true form. To know if it was well, if we had seen her, it would probably be the duplicate anyway. If that were the case.
There's already one stored in the ring if you wish to use it.
I am distrustful by nature, but I believe your light bearer had it right originally. I think that during my absence, when the usurper was in charge, she had made certain connections with forces above. I only wish to root out if there are any that remain, but things have been quiet since we set things right. I had several positions had to be purged, and more than a few executions had to be gone through. But I'm hoping that this problem is behind us.
As do we, Your Empress.
However, I understand. And she goes back to her little chest of goodies behind her throne, and she pulls out something that you guys recognize because you have seen them and used them before as a sending stone. Um, uh, if I need you and I find something out, she tosses one of them to, we'll say, Fike. Yeah, she says, sometimes internal problems require an outside solution.
Again.
If I
Of
call
course.
upon you, I expect you to come.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Very well. I wish you the best of luck.
Do you feel that there may be a situation arise that you may need to escape quickly? I could maybe offer you a path to that.
I have that taken care of.
Okay.
You forget I am more than capable of taking care of myself.
I don't forget. I just wish to offer any value that I can to protect you.
Your concern is appreciated. But for the moment, you have more important things to see to.
And little time to do it, unfortunately.
Empress, you wouldn't happen to know anything of the Yanti we're going to Visa Isle after this. Would you know anything of them at all?
I know little of the surface world.
I thought I'd at least ask.
Well, it appears we need to go to the Armor so
Yes.
Yeah, that we shall do.
I grant you your leave.
you Empress, and I will bow.
I as well.
As will I.
I will look at Vanya and I will kind of grab him and be like, please,
He
please,
he
please.
rolls his eyes and gives a slight bow.
Good bow. Thank you, Snemo.
As she kind of knocks on her throne as the doors open, her guards and stuff come back in, as she kind of gives you like a dismissive, like, you may go, hand gesture. The the high priestess kind of locks eyes with all of you as she re-enters the room and heads over to talk to Sinimo.
Oh, I don't like her.
She doesn't like you. Probably because you're a man.
Story of our
but whatever.
lives.
As
This is a fair fight, you piece of shit. Show me some goddamn respect.
they're not big fans of light down here.
Yeah, and you and I are pretty bright right now, Fike.
But
I'm the diamond from
you
Fish
guys
Landing.
head over to the Omnipharmacon.
Put me back out of the room and go.
Yep.
All right. Kursk is still there, kind of like petting Crackle, and Jorland has cornered some poor guard, and he's asking him a bunch of questions about. Asking him a bunch of questions about the relief of this of this battle, which you now recognize as a relief that has been carved to depict the battle that Sinimo and all of you fought to beat
Gonna-
the usurper.
Gonna take him by the sleeve and just pull him along with us.
Why? Oh, this is.
Are
This
you done?
boy said that bitch stole my
Yes.
knife.
Are you done?
We have one more thing to do here, and then
Really? We get to stay longer? It's such a lovely place.
Are you being sarcastic?
Let's not pull on that thread just yet.
no.
I couldn't think of the word sarcastic for a minute.
To the Omnipharmacon.
All right, you guys head off to the Omnipharmacon. I assume you still have them, your little badges that was gifted
Yep.
to you
Yep.
last time you were here. That
Well,
gives you
Never got
power.
I don't
rid of
know.
them.
No,
To be fair,
Ren-
was
Ren
it?
does not.
Wait, Ren does not yet. If it was not magical.
No, Ren does not anymore.
No.
But Biero, Nox, and Fink, I know have them. So yeah, yours got disintegrated, Ren.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether it was magical or not, but
Nope, unfortunately,
Nah.
no. You guys make your way through the streets of Lemne for the first time in a long time, getting all sorts of weird looks. and strange glances. You are followed. You notice after a couple of blocks by several palace guards, who are doing their best but not being very successful at trying to be discreet about following you. Um, but eventually you find yourselves outside of the Omnipharmacon, which is attached to the Penor Institute of Arcane Study, which you remember. A pristine collection of towers filled with books of different schools of arcane study. Sabzina, the master of rituals, um, you remember. I believe you remember very specifically, Bureau.
No,
No, it was
Uh,
Shango.
that was
Oh,
Shango.
Shango.
Oh,
Sorry, that was
Shango.
Shango. Sabzina, master of rituals, who was a bit older, kind of a cougar. Um,
How does
who
she feel about big
Crackle just
Marv?
goes in the other side of Rens.
but eventually you meet with her, and because it's getting kind of late,
Yep.
you meet with her and explain to her what you saw with Vandrick, and she explains to you that it sounds like what is called a clone spell. That a arcane practitioner of a high enough study can create a clone of themselves that upon their death their soul returns to that body. Um, uh, uh, but this can only be done once.
Well, then we just need to kill him one more time.
Yeah, I'll kill him again. He's pretty squishy.
That is good
This
to
is
know.
where also we got those righteous resistance potions, right?
Um, you did get resistance potions.
They were from
here.
another person. They were from wait, was it from here? It was
That was at the Omnipharmacon. You
Oh,
guys are in the Penor Institute of Arcane Study. They're in the same, like, they're like attached. They're like the same. It's
that was
like
the person that like
It's the food court in the mall.
Shango and I gave the thumbs up to Sinimo for, and he gave us good potions, right?
yes, yep, that is correct. That is correct. Yes. I don't have his name written down here though.
Shit, do I?
Something.
I do. Valil.
Yeah.
Yes, Valil. Young male drow alchemist. A bit of a prodigy.
I'm gonna see if he's got any potions.
He's kind of moved up in the world, based on your recommendation.
Sounds about right.
He has quite a few potions available. Welcome back, guys.
Is that literally how he talks?
Yeah,
I don't think that's what his original voice was,
no,
but
I
I'm
don't
happy
think
it
it
is
was
now.
either, but no.
Show me a
He
lot more
has
books to read, guys.
Yeah, he has a potion of fire breath, potion of climbing, a potion of fire giant strength, a potion of speed, a potion of vitality, a potion of invulnerability, a potion of and several potions of resistance, one of each type.
I would say that fire giant strength would be great.
Poison
for
resistance,
Monica.
please.
Speed.
How much?
Potion. Sorry.
How much was the potion of invulnerability going to be?
The potion of invulnerability is 15,000 gold pieces. Potion of speed is also 15,000 gold pieces. Potion of vitality is 40,000 gold pieces. The potion of fire giant strength is 12,000 gold pieces. And each potion of resistance, which he has one of each type, is 1,000 gold pieces each. Potion of climbing is 100 gold pieces, and the potion of fire breath is 600 gold pieces.
Fike will take resistance for fire and poison.
2,000 gold pieces.
I think that vulnerability is something we are going to want to have.
Yeah. That and the speed. We're indifferent on what's the speed.
30,000.
I took out my 2,000 out of my personal money.
I don't have anything in
All right,
personal
I'm
money.
just going to update the bag of holding down 30,000 gold and up 1 potion of invulnerability and potion of speed. Does he have any diamond dust for sale?
He does not.
Okay. You
I'm trying to
do
think.
good work here, Validal.
Thank you. I don't remember what he sounds like. So I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, I'd have to look back at the archive.
Yeah, I'll have to go way back in the archive and watch some old episodes. But he explains to you that he has moved up quite a bit in the world after your recommendation to Sinimo about him. He's been given a lot more funding for his research, and his offices have been moved closer to the center of the Pinor Institute of Arcane Study. And he has apparently a new girlfriend by the name of Sebzina. As he's quite a young man.
Good job, buddy.
And she is,
Congratulations.
I literally have in my notes, she is a cougar. Which is why she was all into Shango.
Of course. Yep, that sounds about right.
But Shango's heart was already taken by a Kurtanis.
I don't have enough alcohol right now.
We
I'm
miss
drawing it
him
in
too,
chocolate instead.
Renata. We miss him too.
Did you want to buy any of the other potions?
And do we think we need any other resistances?
Do we get the fire giant strength?
You have not yet. If you would like to purchase it, it is 12,000 gold pieces.
I think that'd be smart to get.
I think Vanya would like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, what
I
else
think
do
that'd be
we...
great for Vanya.
So that's 12,000 gold pieces.
Oh, what is...
Still got
Would
a lot
ask
of problems.
Jorland what else we can expect from Yanti in terms of...
Yes.
Well, they're basically snake people. So poison is a thing with them.
Yeah, if I got that.
A lot of them have they're humanoids, but they share different physical aspects of snakes. Some of them have snakes for arms. Some of them have snake heads and humanoid bodies. Some of them have snake lower halves but humanoid upper bodies. Some of them are they're tied to different kinds of snakes too. There's those that are more venomous, others that are constrictors.
Oh, that's not good.
And those are the ones that are in Voskyrus, that are in Voskyrus. The rest of them around the island are specters, apparitions, ghosts.
So, potentially necrotic damage.
Potentially, yeah.
Also, we don't need to have another episode of what happened the last time we had a specter come at us before we came to the Underdark. We all remember what happened there, right?
I would
At
rather
least 3
forget,
of
but
us.
yes.
Is there a way that we can stop that?
Does restoration
Possession.
stop possession?
Sorry.
Lesser. Does restoration stop possession?
I don't believe so.
Protection from evil and good does, I believe.
I
It gives,
I
well,
have
I
that.
think it gives you. It doesn't. It doesn't stop it, but it like gives you. I think it gives you like advantage on saves against being possessed or something like that.
Everyone needs to stay within 10 feet of me at all times. Fucking, there's a
I-
+7 to all your saves if you're within like.
That was what I
I
spent
have,
much time working on stopping from happening again.
Like basically what she was going through with Shango, trying to get the will up.
Yeah.
Do you have any tinfoil hats?
I hear those work great.
No. I'm an alchemist.
Oh, they call it aluminium down here. That's why.
I make potion.
Oh! Actually, I heard about this one potion. Do you have a potion called Kill Tarask?
No.
Damn it!
But the necrotic may come in handy if there are specters.
I'll grab it.
Another 1,000 gold.
All right.
So yay or nay on the giant strength? Did we say yes?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay. I just
Say
wanted to
yes to
double
the
check.
dress.
So many yeses. So many yeses.
They're so pretty.
I'm getting married.
Well then, anything else here, or should we go find a shield?
I think
I don't believe we
think
have
we're
what we
good.
need.
Money wise, I think we're pretty good, and we got everything we're gonna need. Honestly, just give the fire strength potion to Vanya right away, and then whoever else needs the resistances is we'll give them out.
Well, I take the poison resistance potion and I put it in Biro's hand and I go, "That is for you to take when we fight a bunch of big fuck off snakes, and not before." And I give the potion of fire resistance. And he goes, "And this is when we see Vendrick. So when he fucking brings down hellfire, that you don't fucking die again."
Thank you.
Now I take them out of my inventory.
So is the potion of poison resistance?
Poison and fire is what I gave you.
Okay.
We're playing Protect the President in D&D.
Yeah, listen, if you die, Bureau, we all die. So you definitely need those.
Yeah, so I think I'll go ahead and take the potion of invulnerability to just keep until needed.
Okay. Not to be that guy, but and as nice as this place that you've brought me is, we should probably get going.
Let's do that.
I agree.
Certainly the idea.
So
I think we've done
outside.
all we can do.
Let's go back to the teleportation circle.
We don't
Well,
have a teleportation circle to
Yeah,
Elite's
go
Isle.
to.
Oh, I completely forgot how magic works. Go ahead. Do what you want.
so
Listen, just because. Go ahead, Bureau.
once we're safely outside with everybody and Crackle,
Mhm.
if everybody's ready, I'll take out the statue that Jorley gave
Jorland.
me. Jorland. And teleport us to Visla Isles.
All right. You cast teleportation on yourself in the group, and you don't have to roll a D100.
Thank God.
Congratulations.
First time. Everybody has their
However,
temporary hit points, right?
What is it?
Okay. All I hear is however.
It's 9, right?
Yep.
It's 8.
Oh, it's
Oh,
8.
it's 9?
Didn't it
Yeah,
bump
last
up?
time we said it was 9.
Well, it's half of 18.
Which is
9.
Okay,
9!
Sorry.
I don't have it because I didn't sleep near you. So
You arrive
Oh, shit.
in the middle of
Are we
a
gonna find
tropical
Yoda?
in the middle of a tropical jungle. The sound of different toads and insects fill your ears. The smell of fresh rain and sulfur bites at your nose. And as you look around, you can see all kinds of ruins that have been reclaimed by the jungles here. Cracked, broken from time, overgrown with leaves and vines, and just a wild and thick jungle. And from what little you can see through the canopy, you see blue skies. It is quite a bit warmer and more humid here than it was in the autumn weathers of Amman and the rest of northern Tal'Dorei. Um, and you can also see just slightly cracking through the canopy 2 large pillars of black smoke that kind of slowly move across the sky. And that is
That's
where we will pick things up next week.
Da-da-da.
sweet.
Yay!
Yeah,
We
yeah.
did it!
Lo hicimos.
Spider Queen fucking us still. The big dingus still from the Spider Queen.
Bro, she is like,
It's all coming together now, guys.
Fucking hell.
yeah.
Uh.
She is crafty.
I
Is she
hadn't
crafty
even thought.
or the Iron Authority crafty?
No, I
Oh,
would say
bullshit.
she's crafty in the sense of like, she
No,
knows that
Bill's
something's
crafty.
wrong. Well, yeah. Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
You're welcome.
That was fun.
By the way, you got a new unit
Whoop
to
whoop.
add to your forces that I'm going to take a picture of.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
a couple new units.
No, the other one is helping their own thing. They're not actually going to be in the fight. Oh, yeah, you got the
Well,
Draconians, too. Or the Draconians.
Draconians.
It's true.
We'll also say for reasons that you exchange, if you want to burn the spell slot real quick, Bureau, you exchange your message with Haran. So she can tell you that you got 3 regiments from Draconia.
Whoop whoop.
Whoa, here we go. So you got 2 regiments of flying cavalry, 1 from the Underdark and 1 from Draconia. You also got a regiment of battle mages from Draconia.
Okay.
And thirdly, from Draconia, you also got a regiment of light infantry.
Nice.
Awesome. You taking care of that, Knox?
Yeah. So, from what I have added, from what you put in, 1 flying cavalry of bat riders from Lay, 1 flying cavalry of wyvern riders from Draconian Knights, 1 Draconian battle mage, 1 Draconian light infantry, and then I also put in there free passage through Underdark.
Okay.
Gotta collect them all, guys.
Gotta collect them all. Gotta collect them all.
It's growing.
Battlemon.
I am now, as seeing it on paper, I am more confident, but we're all gonna die.
This is fine.
Gotta say it.
Everything is fine.
Yep.
We got like 19 regiments so far.
Got more to go, guys.
Is that flying cavalry the one you just sent? Is that both? Okay.
Those are both. Yeah, they have the same statistics.
Got it. And I'm guessing Hillenot will be leading the
Draconian Knights, the flying cavalry. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So not all regiments have hero leaders, but the ones that do get bonuses that you guys are unaware of yet, but will be made aware of that.
Cool.
Sweet.
Nice. Made through another session. Whoop! Did the thing, got the points.
Guys.
Maybe.
What's that, Ren?
It's like, did the thing, got the points. Maybe. Who knows?
We'll see. Who would like experience points?
That's what I mean.
Please.
I tried.
Oh.
I was so close, chat.
Oddly enough, everybody got 28.
Hey.
Ding, ding, ding.
28.
Pretty spread out.
Wait, shit.
Ding ding for Biero.
Nice.
What does that make you 16 now?
Yep.
Hey, you can drive.
Hey. Oh, so close.
Nice.
Woo!
Hey, look at you, Biero.
Wait, does that mean Bureau finally gets his 8th level spell slot?
I've already had it.
He has it.
That's
Glibness.
why we had the glibness.
Glibness is 8th level.
9th level is next one.
Next level. That's level 17. You get your first 9th level spell.
Great. And with that done, I think I'm going to end the stream. Oh,
I was going to say, Bureau, you're also now at the point where it's your level times 20 to get to the next level.
oh, damn.
So 320.
Nice.
Yeah.
320 is the next number you have to meet.
Whew.
Nice.
A lot of kind of house cleaning and politicking and stuff in that session.
Always
guys.
good.
We did that. Good. We met Indiana Jones. We got
now it's going to be all fighting.
Come on, how could I not? Like
I was not expecting it.
It's a relic hunter.
I mean, we met several of those already.
And it's Voskyrus, the former Yuan Ti Empire with snakes. I mean, come on.
Fair. Fair. Okay. With that done, I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Hanging out with us. I'm gonna send us to Dork Tales, who is doing D&D at the moment. Yeah. Ooh, 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 woo.
I'm
so
jealous
please,
of that name. That's an awesome name.
Yeah,
Dork
right.
Tales.
Dork Tales. So please send them. Check out their adventures and send them all the love. There's my raid call. There's my raid call if you are subbed. And then we will be back next week. So until then, you all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder.